All right. We are live. It's a Pontificator night, you guys. And we are going to rock it. We are going to rock it out of the ballpark with the show today. Even though Todd Melrudy didn't want to do it, we're going to do it anyway. You knew it was coming, Todd. Yeah.
That's right.
Todd's like, I don't like the subject matter. And then he goes, and furthermore, I don't like you, Art. And then in the green room, we were talking about poo flingers, and we said there's always got to be one person on these live streams that throws poo.
Oh, yeah.
There's got to be one, and it's going to be Todd. Todd's going to throw the poo.
Wait, what?
Wait, do that again. Do the reaction. What?
What?
It's like an 80s sitcom. All right, Todd.
Absolutely.
Ready? Let's do it. 1, 2, 3.
What?
You gotta save that on a clip and just have it like a go-to button. It's like, what you talking about, Willis?
Yeah, what you talking about? Focus, Todd. I like the focus, Todd, too, because in the green room, I kept telling, because Todd, okay, all right. I'm going to tell the story, Todd. Are you ready? I'm going to tell the story.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
I'm under the bus early.
We're going to get into this, and don't be afraid to fling the poo, because, first poo is going to be thrown by me. And so I'm like, hey, subject for today, topic for today, we're going to do album covers, right? We're going to do how comic books influence music, not the other way around, but how comic books influences music. With lyrics, album covers, comics, all kinds of different things. And so then Todd's like, no, it bores me and you suck, Art. I think that was your exact words, Todd.
Paraphrasing.
Paraphrasing, but I would say that's pretty accurate.
And then Todd, instead of being focused, everybody else is like posting like, hey, how about this album cover? Hey, and then Clint's like, I worked on a Kiss comic and all this stuff, right? So we're all like kind of lined up. We're all going in the right direction. And then Todd's like, well, what about this bric-a-brac guy? And I'm like, Todd, let's stay focused. And you're like, no, he's a good guy. We need to get some young blood in here. So I was like, yeah, that sounds good, but just not for tonight's show. And then you kept going.
It was an entertaining exchange.
No, I didn't keep going about, like, his book didn't need to be the focus. I never said that, right?
That's what you implied, though.
No, I never implied that either, right?
See, this is where communication skills, where everybody is succinct and direct, and there are no miscommunications.
Miscues.
I can see it from Todd's side, and I can see it from Art's side. So,
you're gonna play it that way, are you?
Let's use our words.
Clint the Peacemaker.
Yeah. Not when we're flinging poo, Clint. You might get a little on you, so you might not want to get.
I'm used to it.
You might not want to get in the middle of this exchange.
Don't stand too close.
Yeah. So Todd, we'll get him on. What was his name?
It's Ryan Hack.
Ryan Hack. And so you said that he's a writer, right?
Yeah, he's been on before. We've had him on.
Well, like to that point, and like I just popped in, and in the mid conversation, we are all artists. So getting a few writers' perspectives, it's a different train of thought, and that is the one thing like I hadn't thought about before until we're just kind of covering it now because ideas work. You get a different kind of angle at looking at comics from a writer's perspective, and we are very artist-centric over here, which is not a bad thing. It's just kind of the way it ended up. So.
Well, be careful, Clint, because I'm going to fling some poo at you right now. That's not what you were saying before we went
Fling
live.
that poo.
That
Fling
doesn't like I'm a complete hypocrite. So.
You were saying that writers have no place, that artists are the most important.
Right.
I stand by that statement.
Once the camera goes on, you change your tune. I see how it is.
Yep. No, and I'm
a little bit more diplomatic.
Whichever way the wind is blowing.
Yeah.
We should just call this "Everyone Turns on Each Other."
You don't get out without a knife in your back
or some poo in your face.
Exactly.
Well, everybody in the chat looks like they're already kind of on board. There's some suggestions. La Magante says the Jimmy Olsen Blues by Spin Doctors.
Oh, yeah, Spin Doctors.
There's the Superman song by Crash Test Dummies. Yeah,
you got some good ones.
I got a couple Superman songs that we can talk about.
There's a lot of Superman love in the rock lyrics.
Yeah.
You know what? You don't be spitting in the wind, and you don't pull the mask off the old Lone Ranger. And you don't
Hold on, Superman's cape.
Yeah.
You don't spit into the wind. Yeah. Good old song.
I like that. Spit in the wind. Well, you don't do that. You know why? Because much like poo, it'll come back on you.
It will.
It all comes back around. Look at the Cuomo brothers. They're learning.
The Cuomo.
Yeah, that's for sure.
What happened to those guys?
Oh, they're done. It all comes back around.
Who are they?
Oh, Chris Cuomo and the governor of New York and the
CNN.
Yeah. I kind of threw that out at you out of left. It was just kind of in the back of my head. Shit comes back around. Poo comes back around in the last. When you don't expect it, it hits you right in the face.
All right, you guys. All right, everybody stop right now. Past Master Dan is going to lay it down right now. Sad news, everyone. I just found out that the car's warranty is basically close to expiring. Oh, shit, dude.
I know how that goes, man.
Past Master Dan.
That is
Thoughts and prayers. Thoughts and prayers.
Thoughts and prayers. All right. Well, you know what? Let's start it off with a little bit of promotion because I know Joe has got. Is it still going with the Ashcan orders?
No, it's done now.
Oh, so you're fulfilling right now.
Right? I'm. We just should be sending the files to the printer in the next couple days. I got Shelby Robertson helping me getting everything formatted, files, and all that kind of stuff because he's got way more experience than I do with that. So he's helping me out graciously. So that's awesome.
Have him walk you through it though, because it's not super complicated. And it's good knowledge to have in your back pocket just in case you kind of.
Yeah, we sat down the other day and had a back door, backroom meeting, and we kind of talked about some stuff. But yeah, he's definitely helping out. So as soon as he's done with that, I'm gonna send him to the printer, and then still hoping to get him out by or around Christmas time. So everything's looking good. Nice. I got about 2 more head sketches I gotta draw. So
I literally had one of my buddies. Oops, sorry, Art.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I literally had one of my buddies when I did my first crowdfunding comic. And I'm like, I knew I had to put the PDF together for the printer. And I literally had no idea what was involved in putting a PDF together. And he worked at a print shop and did T-shirts and stuff.
Oh,
and
nice.
He walked me through it. And I'm like, you're shitting me. Like, this is what I was so scared of. Like putting your book together, it's not rocket science.
Yeah, like when I had to do T-shirts and stuff, like I printed this T-shirt when we were doing the band stuff, and I would have to send all the files and everything. It's kind of the same, for the print.
You got all your pages in a file, and you open your Adobe PDF Maker, and you're just And I was like, well, thank God, because I'm a moron and I wouldn't have been able to do anything complicated.
Well, for me, it's always the not knowing. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, exactly.
And you're just like, oh, okay. You know, but there was no way you were going to figure it out on your own. You know what I mean? Until
I would have never figured it out.
Yeah. But I want to say, Joe, I've been checking out your post with your sketches for the Ashcan.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Character design. It's what was her name?
Her name is Vanessa. She's one of the big bads in the book. Here, I'll throw it down there if you want to check it out.
Oh, sweet. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she's.
I saw that today.
Yeah, so I just released this the other day since she's not gonna be in the Ashcan, but she'll be in the actual book. One of my favorite characters, one of the big villains of the book. So yeah, I had a lot of fun. This was actually
That's
older.
a big axe.
It is. It'll come into play. Like that. There used to be a giant's axe, and she killed the giant and took it. So she's very powerful, very ancient, very powerful being.
Very cool.
I have to add this. I never trust when Clint says something that sounds like it's going to go with the female body part.
Yeah.
That's a big ass.
That's what I thought, too. I thought you were going to say ass. I was like, yeah,
I enunciated it. Well, I can't wait for you to launch this, dude. Like,
thanks, man. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm super stoked. And you're doing it the right way. You're building that that fan base, and you're throwing enough out there to keep everybody interested. Like anybody who wants to know how to do a crowdfunder, keep watching what Joe's doing, because you're doing it definitely the right way.
I'll tell you what, pick as many people's brains as possible, because that's all I do.
Yeah, absolutely.
I talk to as many people that have already done it and get the feedback, and
And that's what's great about Comicsgate is a lot of these guys will help you out. They'll give you kind of little tidbits of information. You kind of just touch base with them, and or you always be friendly, but sometimes they're not going to have time for you. But a lot of times they're going to have time, and they're going to give you information that you can use for your own campaign.
Well, now we can start the show. We got
hi guys, I'm Todd's brother.
Well, I just want to say that you're right.
Look at Joe. Joe's like,
that was a good one. You got me on that.
Todd's just like, I don't.
Wow.
I almost didn't recognize you, man.
yeah.
Somebody have a job
I was about to say,
interview
it's new blood in here.
I lost a bet.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I had to on my wrestling channel. I had to shave it live.
Oh, nice.
So
You look gorgeous.
I'll bet.
You just knocked 10 years off of your your age.
You look younger.
Yeah.
10 years off my age and 30 points off my cool.
I want to read this real quick. This is from the real Steve Dye, and he's saying, if you guys ever need any help with the PDFs, just get a hold of Steve. Steve's a good guy, man. Yeah,
nice. Does he do setup and stuff, or is it just lending a hand? Because I know there's some people out there that do actual setup for books.
No, I think he does everything. He's going to put together my next art book.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, nice.
And he's putting together that wizard type book, the CG book called Rocket.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's putting that together right now. So So let's get into Clint, since we're still talking sexy. And Clint, you have a book that is winding down right now, right?
I do indeed. You want me to share it so then I can kind of zoom?
Yeah, I have it here, but it'd probably be better if you share it.
Yeah, because I can zoom in. Let me pull it up quick here, and I'll share it over to you.
Oh, Devil Flyer! I think this is aimed at Bob. Poor Bob.
Not wrong.
Hey, Bob, how long will it take you to grow the beard back?
Like 2 weeks.
Yeah, I say it can't be that long.
Yeah, that's about.
Yeah.
That's about
Once the white started coming in, man, it would grow my beard and everything would grow faster. It's like, oh, so now that you're showing me getting old and shit.
Oh, yeah, there you go. You'll never see me without facial hair.
I want to go full Santa, but the wife keeps clamping down on it. But I'm like, it's like, think of all the extra money at Christmas. It's
true. That's a good point.
It's so damn white.
And the best part about it right now, Clint, if you're playing Santa, no interaction with the kids. You don't have to touch
I didn't even think about that, because like my big drawback is the snotty-nosed kids on me.
Yeah.
Like, how many ways can I get COVID in one day?
Well, if you're playing Santa and they're jumping on your lap, then
I suppose with now they can't even go up to Santa with all the COVID restrictions.
You'll have a full sneeze guard around you, man.
I'm shelved in sneeze guard.
Well, here's Pirate Queen. You're 2 days out, man.
Yeah, it's winding down. Friday night is where we're looking at it. We're trying to extend it out to Saturday because I kind of screwed things up, but it'll be up to Indiegogo. I figured if like Indiegogo could save Malin's campaign when he accidentally shut his down, they could give us one more day, but we'll see what they decide. Mandy's working on that angle of it, but yeah, right now we are down to 2 days.
2 days
Woo,
to get in on that pirate booty.
So let's get this baby rolling. If you haven't backed it yet, we have all kinds of goodies. We've got the mini figurines here. They showed me the initial design, and what I said was make her boobs bigger and then make her right arm just gigantic. And they followed my instructions to the letter, so I was happy about that.
Yeah.
We have tentacle monsters. This is the PG rated panel right here.
Well, the Japanese. The Japanese love tentacle monsters.
Well, it's better than drawing cock. So
That's a good point.
yeah,
Yeah,
good point.
it's like when
I'll
you're
take
sitting
the-
down. I just want to draw an alien tentacle and not feel creepy about
That
myself.
looks nice.
We got the chromium cover. I'm jealous of Mark Polton. He showed off his what is it, Star Blast pattern for his USA Assassin wraparound cover. I was super thrilled when I got my holofoil covers here, which they're absolutely gorgeous. But of course, Polton has to like outdo me and get the Star Blast holofoil. So, but these are absolutely gorgeous. Like, I never thought I would be able to do a campaign and like have all these kind of cool extras, but like I had 25 of these printed just to kind of see how they turn out for backers, and I mean, I couldn't be more stoked about it. So we have the holofoil covers available, but it ends Friday. These are not going to be available in demand. So if you are interested in this, and these are going to be collector's items because it's going to be a short print run on them, get them now before Friday. They are not going to be available after that.
They look awesome.
Yeah, they look really good.
We got the regular cover here. You can get just the regular cover too. You know, you don't have to go for holofoil if you don't want to. We want to give you all the options. This is the cover B, just kind of battle damage Pirate Queen. She's been through hell, but at least most of her boobs are still covered. A little bit of blood on the shoulder there, but she's been kicking ass. It's been a long day for her, so you know, don't antagonize her. And then we got a little bit of the prison chamber Pirate Queen and the girls here. Print covers will not be censored. They will be bootylicious. So a little something extra for the guys if they're interested in that. I know I usually am. And you can get the variant on Pirate Queen #1. If you missed out on the original campaign, we do have this cover available. So just lots of fun extras, little interior artwork. Everybody has been super stoked. I can't thank Comicsgate enough. Pirate Queen puts it all out there for you, and love the response. Mandy has been awesome. The new scripts that she's been writing are fantastic. Just action-packed, fun sci-fi adventure. Not any of the PC woke bullshit that Marvel and DC are trying to shove down your throat.
Yeah, in that other Pirate Queen book.
Yeah, oh, crap. Don't get me started on that.
Oh, yeah.
Don't get me started on that BS. Like, I know I can't do anything legally about it, Todd, but still pisses me off. So yeah, so we're thrilled with how the second campaign is doing. You always want to build off what you did with your first campaign. We're doing even better than the first campaign did by a long margin, and I just want to keep building this character and this universe up. We've got big plans for the future, so jump on board now, and there's more to come, and we're just going to keep the ball rolling. I want to thank Art and you guys for letting me kind of give a shout out to the campaign. I love this. I love doing the crowdfunding. I love the Comicsgate fan base, the community. Like, we're all hardcore comic book fans, creators and fans together. So I've enjoyed every bit of this, and I just want to do more of it.
Absolutely no problem.
Yep.
And we'll always promote everybody's books as we go along, except for Todd's. But you guys heard it here. You're 2 days out, and let's see if we can get it from 34 to 40K. That would be a nice round number to end it at. So
thank you, Shadowhawk Backs. He just backed the holofoil cover. That's awesome. I appreciate the chat. Appreciate all the guys in the chat.
Yeah, sweet. Well,
and some of the girls, I appreciate them.
Some of the girls.
Truth.
Not all of them, just some of them. But let's start off with Joe. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna find like album covers and lyrics and all kinds of different stuff where comic book artists have actually influenced music. So pop music, metal music, rock music.
Question for Joe.
Yeah.
I've heard through the rumor mill that you might have been in a band.
I might have. Yep.
Have you ever sang lyrics like in a bar or anything with your band that included a superhero?
Nope, I never did.
Oh, no covers or anything like that?
No, we never did any covers when we were playing. And
I thought I might have had you there.
yeah, nope. Now that I think about it, I never did. No.
Never have. Yeah. So what is this here? Oh, cool.
Oh, wow.
So this was when you brought up the subject. I started looking around because I knew of like a handful of guys, right, that had done album covers and whatnot. But when I looked it up, I was actually surprised at how many comic book artists had done covers over the years.
Oh man!
And I found this one by Sam Keith.
I was going to say that has to be Sam Keith.
Yeah, with I think the band's name is Groovy Ghouls, I believe, or maybe maybe the
Mm-hmm.
album is running with Bigfoot. I don't know. I've never really heard the music, but I just saw it and I was like, damn. I was like, I'm a huge fan of Sam Keith, and like that looks absolutely awesome. I was pretty excited to see that. And then, of course, another one that I found that I really liked was, and I had a couple different ones I could choose from this one. And some of these files are small, so forgive me. But this Capullo Ice Earth.
Yeah.
I don't know how many people have seen the Ice Earth covers. He did actually quite a few of them. He had one that was like Spawn, and then he had this one. I think he did another one. But Capullo's art is like perfect for metal albums, you know. Especially like he did that Korn one too. Like so.
Well, did he do the Disturbed album? Was it just one, or was there?
Well, the Disturbed was Dave Finch.
Yeah, Finch did.
No. 10,000 Fists in the Air was Capullo.
Was that Capullo?
Was it Greg?
And then Finch did one as well.
Okay, I've got the Finch one. I'm going to share here in a second, but I thought Finch did all of them. Okay, all right, that makes sense. Yeah, and so since we brought up Disturbed, and never really a huge fan of Disturbed, but the art was always cool that they use.
You know, Disturbed has like 3 songs. they're kind of like they're a mishmash of a lot of things I like, but they just don't do it for me. And the worst thing is they have talent, they just don't have material.
Yeah, so I thought this was pretty cool for one of them. But yeah, I guess you're right. I didn't realize that Capullo did the other one. Yeah. Okay. I remember first seeing Capullo's art on Iced Earth. That was the first time I saw it. And then Follow the Leader for Korn was when he did like the really, you know, mainstream kind of metal band. And that was an awesome fold out cover when you pulled out. I remember getting the art and I was like, this is super cool because it's like I'm a huge comic book guy, a big metal guy, and just it meshes all together.
Yeah. I'm looking up 10,000 Fists in the Air there.
Yeah, it was. I checked it out.
It was cool.
Yeah, do you have the image?
Oh yeah. Hang on a second. I'll get it.
Yeah, because that's a really cool cover.
I think it's a wraparound. I think there's the front, but then if you open it up, there's like just a ton of images there. And I do believe Greg Capullo is in the crowd.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he
Nice.
drew himself in the crowd. Yeah, there's this bald, maniacal looking dude.
I'm trying to find the full one. There's like, because you're right. There's like there's like the CD cover, and then there's like the full.
Yeah,
there's like a whole ocean of people.
And Finch did 2 covers at least, right?
Yeah. He did one where like this character is behind fire or something. I think that was another one he did.
Yeah, he's just kind of like walking forward, right? He's got.
Yeah, I was going to choose that one originally, but I like this
Finch
one.
do covers for?
What's that?
Which bands did Finch do covers for?
Disturbed.
Disturbed.
It's all Disturbed. Okay, so somebody in the band's a hardcore comics fan.
So
yeah, absolutely.
There's the cover. There's a bigger version of the cover. And
who's the band that Todd did one for, where they're like walking out on that?
Thin Lizzy? Or
it's almost like
he did an album for Korn too. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That Grinch.
He did one for Korn?
Christmas.
Yeah. Todd did one. Yeah. Todd did the one with the little girl running up the sidewalk that was like.
Yeah. Isn't like a Grinch that stole Christmas, kind of like mountainous peak that. Yeah. There's that cover art if you wanted to share it.
Oh, you found it? I just got it too. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Oh, here it is. Yeah.
Yeah, there's been a decent amount of comic book artists that have done covers.
So this was Capullo, huh? I always thought that was Finch for some reason.
Yeah,
This is Capullo and McFarlane.
I know the Korn was both of them. I didn't know the Disturbed cover was both.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I see. I see Capullo there.
Yeah, he's like right where the guy that's like lurking there.
Yeah.
I see.
It's right here.
No, it's right in the middle of bald head.
If you look at the black character,
Left and down.
Oh, there he
Right
is.
there.
Yeah, right
Boom,
there.
there you go.
He's right behind. He's right behind the chick's fist.
Yeah.
I thought this was supposed to be like, was that character Razor? I think.
Oh, Razor.
Yeah, I thought that's what I thought that was supposed to be at first.
Oh yeah.
And
It's
then you got Alan Moore.
Domino-esque just from the coloring, but
You know,
Yeah.
actually.
Oh, is that Zach Wild?
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's like,
it looks
like
a little Zach Wild.
every
That looks
crazy
like Zach
bearded
Wild.
dude. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's me when I let my hair grow out.
there's definitely Emery right there.
Nice.
Yeah,
I've never really looked at this before.
But
I've
as
seen
an
it, but
artist,
never really.
as an artist, and this is going to be a terrible word to use, the diversity of the crowd, like the character design, the like that is imaginative. Like there's every different kind of thing where, like when you're going for individual characters, it's easy to just kind of fall into a rut. Like there's everything in there, and it's awesome.
Greg was always good at drawing different kind of caricatures.
Yeah.
Of character, like he was just really good. Still,
And
is
that's
really
a
good.
talent. I mean, that is a talent.
Oh,
to just
yeah.
just not see the world as like, okay, my cookie cutter thing.
Yeah.
And also, this is how you do 10,000 fists in the air, man. Like,
Yeah.
you're not going to draw 10,000.
No,
actually,
it's
it's
well
one of-
designed.
Yeah, it's one of the better Disturbed songs as well. Didn't they do The Sound of Silence? Wasn't there a cover?
Yeah.
They did cover that. It was all right.
Yeah.
I prefer the Simon and Garfunkel one, honestly.
But I think it was very popular with mainstream America, which I'm a part of. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think people are like, oh my gosh, they have depth. They can do a Simon and Garfunkel song.
they have tons of musical talent. I think you hit the nail on the head where they don't have the best material. And it's hard writing hit songs, you know. You can be like very, very good musicians and not have the best songs.
Right. So Todd, what do you got?
Oh,
okay, I got my weakest one is this one.
The weakest link. You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
Come on, Todd, you're making the family look bad.
Wait, George Thorogood. Oh no, George Thorogood never had a comic book artist. Simon and Garfunkel. There's a Queensryche song that they covered. Simon and Garfunkel. It's that one. Was it Rosemary and Time? The one about the.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. I didn't realize they covered that. Yeah, that's a good song.
It's a really good cover too. So what is this?
This is just lettering, but you'll recognize it.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Is it the guy that lettered Thor, Workman?
Chance
No,
Wolf.
this is Del Keown.
This is Dale, man.
Yeah,
Oh.
Chance Wolf did the logo for Pit.
Oh yeah, no, that for sure.
Yeah.
So was this? Does Dale know about this?
This is a
this is
1986 album.
Yeah, this was his band, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yep. This is his band.
Oh,
He's
okay.
a bass player.
You can find this on YouTube. I think you can find it and listen to it.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's up there. Yeah, this is his actual band, or at least the music he put together.
Yeah.
So some people say he's a bass player, but I've heard him play guitar.
Oh, I'm sure he's an all-around musician.
Yeah.
I think he started out as a bass player.
For how long he's been doing it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think when he was with his band after he left Pit, he was playing bass.
Yeah, just know, man, we're gonna eventually we're gonna get Del Keown on this channel.
His label was Full Bleed Studio Productions.
Right.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, if you ever get Dale on, let me know, and I won't schedule an Ot and Stuff show that night so I can stick around with everybody.
Yeah.
But speaking of which, I'm gonna have to bounce here. So I'm glad you let me go first, and I could share a little bit of it. As far as songs go, I always liked Our Lady Peace, Superman's Dead song. I don't know if people remember that, but that was a fun, catchy alternative song in the 90s. Some odd vocals, but it is an interesting band if you look into them. But Yeah, that was good.
And
That
I
was good
wish
stuff.
we wouldn't get popped on YouTube because it'd be great to be able to play some of these
Yeah,
songs, a little bit of them as well. Yeah.
yeah, they'd strike it.
Yep.
I know that they do it quickly.
Yep.
But all right, guys. Always awesome hanging out with you guys. Hopefully, do it longer. Unfortunately, we got 2 shows at the same or kind of on the same times on Wednesdays. So, but I'll watch back, see what you guys all choose.
Hey, Joe, I always appreciate your time. Go break a leg, and I'll see you later.
Thank you very much. See you guys.
Yep.
All right. That was a good call, Todd. Yeah. You know what?
That was my weakest one too.
You came through. That was your weak one?
Yeah, because it's only lettering.
So, okay. So what else do we got?
Well,
Oh
next?
God, dude. I mean, where you want to start?
We need 3, Todd.
Oh, you want me to go with all 3 of them?
Well, we can, we can do it one at a time.
doing
Back around. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
What's
So
your
Bob, what do you
usual
got?
MO? Why are you changing your MO?
Well, because of Joe.
It's always on the fly.
Wanted to get Joe. Yes, everything's on the fly. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So I see Clint's, but I do not see Bob.
Hang on one second.
I can't. I have one.
Somebody already
I might
mentioned
be able
it,
to
but
pull others.
I
Bob's
found
fishing
the.
10,000 fists in the air.
I'm still dealing with Bob's
Yo.
shaved face, man.
Yeah,
I'm jealous of his strong jawline. You still have a chin.
Strong jaw Irene with fat.
No, dude.
There you go.
Like, there's a reason this goatee is protecting me.
All right. Got it.
It was in my mid-40s when my chin disappeared.
My mid-40s. It just shriveled up.
Yeah, just like, where are you going? And now I've got someplace to be. Oh, deal with the devil.
Deal with the devil. Lizzie Born from Todd McFarlane from 2000.
Wow.
2000.
Todd's a good choice for that. Todd's got that kind of creepiness to his art.
Todd's getting a lot of album cover gigs, man. I'm jealous.
Well, yeah, I remember man, Spawn came out and like that was like
Spawn.
every metal guy's friggin' favorite comic, man.
Spawn was like I don't think I still don't think anybody realizes how Spawn touched a nerve back in the day.
Yeah.
Like Todd created something
But
cool.
what would you give this cover as far as his art goes?
This is very basic.
Oh yeah,
like-
I'm like the
but
nose is crooked.
I would say it's creepy looking.
Yeah, I think this is. I wouldn't say it's thrown together. I think he was trying to get a feel for it. If this thing was in full color, and there was something
I think
a little more.
it's better without the color.
Yeah, I think it looks more artsy.
I think the background is what's messing with me. I want something. I want the background to match the guy.
Yeah, I think the background he just threw something in there, like
Yeah.
the demon face, that skinny arm, the bony body.
You know what it needs? It's like they took a creative chance with the Lizzie Borden logo in the deal, in the scroll. But what they should have done is just had it say "Deal with the Devil," and then the logo should still be across the top. It just
throw it in the back.
It doesn't. It looks unfocused,
Yeah.
And I think a logo would help kind of cement the composition. But you know what? I mean, this is good stuff, and
I'm loving all that forearm hair.
Yeah, the face and like you said, the face and the arm. I dig it. I kind of like the split in the chest there. That's kind of like a nod to when Spawn got his face split open by Batman and he stitched it back together. I think that's what that's meant to be. But I think this logo is a bit much. I think it would be cool as if like maybe this actually the contract actually looked like a contract.
Well, composition
wording,
wise,
everything.
the composition wise, the contract is terrible, and then
background.
the little pews in the background are terrible.
Yeah.
The demon in the middle, the fingers, everything just feeling uncomfortable with that figure. That figure is extremely uncomfortable looking, and it kind of presents itself through. That's the impressive thing to do as an artist. But the scroll and the background don't add anything.
Yeah, I think a logo would help with the balance because there's definitely compositionally there isn't balance to this. But as far as the topic, comic books influencing music, I mean, now that we're talking about it, if you think about how much Todd just broke beyond the comic book boundary.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, he's done a lot of album covers.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question. Do you think what had the bigger influence on who? Music on comics or comics on music? I'm thinking it's music on comics.
I think it goes back and forth. Like if you think about Kiss as a band, I mean, it's almost all comic books. Even the inception of the band, it's definitely comic book related. Or inspired at the very least. So I think there is back and forth, but I mean we can kind of keep going with that and talk about it. Mm-hmm. I want to get this though. I think this is an interesting question, and I am going to do my best to answer it down the line.
I've got it.
I've got it too.
I've got it shared.
Oh, you've already got it shared. Okay.
Well, I have one. I have one that's kind of official, unofficial, but yeah, let's go to Clint's.
I've got Trickster, baby.
Trickster, baby. Yeah.
Don't ever think the 90s died. Oh, that's not the best version. Let's see if I can get a better,
it's a little
clearer copy of it.
Oh shit.
Here, let me see if that one will. Let me try and share this new version.
I just realized all my stuff is not it's not linked anymore. I gotta find all my tabs.
That at least that one you can at least see the artwork on it. Share that screen. Is that up there?
Hold on, I'm gonna come right back.
No problem.
My stuff
coming back around.
Wait, that's us.
Bringing it all back around.
Oh, that's cool.
Surprisingly, some of the Walmart Trickster JPEGs weren't in high def from 1996, but this is Neil Adams, and I mean it rocks. Like he put a ton of energy into this. This was their debut album of Trickster, which a lot of people may never have heard of, but they were like, I think this was the tail end of hair metal. And they were studio produced. They sounded basically like a mix of like Bon Jovi and Skid Row. And they threw out 4 pretty boy musicians. And I mean, if you liked the 90s hair metal, they were good. They weren't slackers, but it was the tail end of like Nirvana and Pearl Jam, and those were playing heavy, and the end was in sight for Hairsprayed Hair. So
grunge rock was doing its thing.
Exactly, but that's that's a cool cover. That's cool artwork, I think. But look at the Neil Adams thing with look at how big their feet were. Look at the weird, and I mean that's him doing that. That's in the artwork, but it's such a strange perspective kind of thing that he's trying to work there. But their feet are huge.
Yeah, he did another album cover for the Mighty Groundhogs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got I'll share it. Let's see here. Share the screen.
I got a little controversial Neil Adams album cover coming up. Is this it, Bob?
That's it.
Also, it's like an actual comic book.
Yeah, it's the bottom part of the album folds down. So this is the album cover. That's been actually removed from the album, I think. But yeah, that that big picture on the right there, that was the actual album cover. And all this other stuff is added.
Had to have been like prime Neil, right? Or whatever.
But and there was like a little because I looked at that, I was like, is that really Neil Adams, man? So I looked into it and I'm like, holy shit, it is. But this is from 1972.
Yeah, this is.
Okay, everybody has their own dialogue too. It's so strange.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool, man. That's the actual album cover, and then it's like this little comic that's added to it, man. It's like these guys were like they were into it.
This is before digital coloring, so this is all that like Dr. Martin's like watercolor dyes, that he used to do like on his creator owned books. This is too funny. Yeah.
That's pretty. That's awesome that it's awesome that he kept doing these for like he was into it.
Yeah, this one, if I can get my
Well,
mouse.
eventually his studio was like a advertising studio, so they took all kinds of work.
Yeah.
Well, continuity was there almost from the beginning. Yeah, he had that studio guy in the 70s, in the early 70s. Yeah. So
ads and everything.
Yeah, this is can you see this? This is a Jailbreak album. This is Thin Lizzy. Yeah. So the thing is, when I first saw this, I thought this was Neil Adams. So when I saw this album cover, I was like, this looks like Neil Adams. And so I started doing a little research for the show, and I realized that it's not. And I mean, I kind of knew it wasn't, especially when you look at that little TV screen stuff up close. But it's Jim Fitzpatrick, 1976. And then I looked into this, and so this Jim Fitzpatrick actually gives Neil Adams inspiration credit. So this is Jim Fitzpatrick doing his best Neil Adams kind of swipes. Yeah, and this is definitely a classic hard rock album, and I think it's just hilarious that especially this guy holding the screen so looks like a Neil Adams drawing. So there you go, man. This is the controversy. So I never knew that oh, what happened? Did we lose Bob?
You kicked him.
Oh, I kicked him?
No, you didn't. I'm just kidding.
I was like, if I kicked him, he'd still be there somewhere, but he's not. But yeah. So I thought that was pretty interesting that Neil Adams actually did another cover, but really just kind of inspired the artwork for it versus actually executing it. So I think that's pretty interesting. Who's next? Is it Clint?
I got one ready to go. You can.
Let's go.
This is a good one. Okay. Everyone will recognize this artwork.
Ooh, Wolf's Mother. I wonder who that artist is.
Oh, nice.
And then I think the title of the album was Mother. No, Woman. It's Woman.
Okay.
And of course that's Frazetta.
Who is the artist?
That's Frazetta.
I know. Do you remember I think somebody in the chat mentioned the Molly Hatchet cover.
Is that Frank Cho painted?
Frank Cho. No, how dare you? No. It was oh, what was it? It was the axe. What painting is that called that Frank did? The guy
on the horse, the
Death Dealer.
There's the Death Dealer, but this one is like
Death Dealer is what I was thinking of.
Yeah, the Nordic guy with the giant axe.
Mm.
Let me see. I'm going to try to find it. Molly Hatchet.
My song that I came up with, I used to listen to this band, the Crash Test Dummies, and they had a song called the Superman Song.
So you hum through the whole.
Yeah. I'm looking at all these Molly Hatchet albums. Check this out.
They all comic book stuff?
He did a bunch. Actually, presented. There's Bob. Bob's back.
Sorry, I lost my internet for a second.
Let me share this screen share. So this is I thought he only did one or two, but there's quite a bit of covers here. So there's the guy with the axe, there's the Death Dealer, and it looks like Boris Vallejo did some of the cover work as well.
Oh yeah, Boris and Frazetta did a lot of cover work stuff.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool, man. Molly Hatchet had some taste.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got the good stuff. Wow, Todd, you're hitting a home run.
Yeah.
Man, I thought you were going to sneak up the place.
Let me share out my next one here.
I thought
Do,
Todd
do, 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 do.
just
Is
fall
this it?
out of face.
No, that's not it.
Where is it?
There it is, right there.
Okay.
So my next album cover share
Ooh.
is Alex Ross.
Oh, it's Alex Ross.
Yep, Anthrax.
That's so cool. Look at that.
That's pretty badass. I'm trying to remember. See, this is from I think this was from 2003, 2004. But again, like I said, this is why I asked that question. What influenced what more? You know, did music influence comics, or did comics influence music? And given how many comic book artists are like chomping at the bit just to do album covers and stuff, man, I kind of feel like music maybe influenced. But like you said, there's a lot of crossover between them because so many musicians are comic book fans because so many musicians wrote comic books of their own,
right?
Or try to do comics of their own because they were into the whole thing.
Well, what's that one? Coheed and Cambria, like they're full on like musicians and comic book writers and artists.
Mm-hmm.
So that whole Coheed and Cambria concept, I think, has been made into a comic book. Yeah,
I think Amy Mann is too.
Amy Mann,
she's an artist and a writer and a singer.
But does she do comic books?
Yeah.
Voice Harry. Wow, that's
Nice.
cool. I didn't know that. Yeah. So the thing is, like, I always want to just go, oh my gosh, I just blanked on the artist here. Who's the artist on the Anthrax cover?
Alex Ross.
Alex Ross. Yeah. So I always want to just go, oh well, he's just a photo tracer, right? This is just an illustrative, technique where he's just kind of taking photos and just tracing them and then painting them in. But you know what? I've been learning a lot more, just appreciation for the guy, because like this is just great design. Like this is just really cool looking.
He doesn't do a whole lot of tracing stuff like that. He'll take like photos. Well, he does sometimes.
He light boxes.
Yeah,
and I'm not ripping on light boxes because I light box myself, but don't try and make it like you're freehand painting photorealistic stuff.
No, I understand that.
He's still the medium he's using is watercolor, and it's not easy to get.
No. He's amazing at it. He is absolutely amazing at it.
Yeah, well, he kind of fell into that. What's his name? He got busted for doing he did like the Fantastic Four, the Ultimate Fantastic Four stuff. Greg
Land. There's a ton of artists
Greg Land.
Yeah,
Greg Land. There you go.
Yeah, Greg Land. There's a ton of. There's being good at using photo reference, and those artists are very good at using it. Like Brian Hitch, and his Ultimate stuff.
Brian Hitch. That's it. That's what
it's beautiful work, and I'm not ripping on them. I use photo reference a ton to get, but there's.
But the thing is, like, just to clarify, like when Alex Ross first started, I was just like, this is just an illustrator's technique, right? You just kind of find the photograph, and then you just kind of light box the photograph and then you paint it in. But then, when you really look at his body of work and you see, like, there's some really inspired compositions, some great layout, so it goes beyond that. But I think, there's just like some snobbery for me. It's like, oh, well, it's just light box. But then when you think about it, like Norman Rockwell, a lot of that stuff was photo traced as well. Yeah. But you would never say that about his work, right? I mean? Because the artistry still is in finding the photographs, staging, your
making it look natural,
models, and all that stuff. And you can obviously see, like somebody, like this versus like Boris Vallejo, where the photos that he takes and the models that he uses look very mechanical and stiff, but then you look at Alex Ross and it's like everything looks really cool and natural. So there is an art to it and using the photographs. you know, beyond just like tracing. And Greg Land, I think where he gets in trouble is he kind of takes from popular stuff like swimsuit magazine.
He's too obvious about his references.
Yeah,
and then he posted them in like Wizard magazine and like showed everybody.
Well, the thing was, he was so.
How much does he regret that Wizard magazine article?
He was so on the nose about it too, though.
Yeah, like how to draw like Greg Land. I'm guessing he regrets that to some extent.
Yeah, exactly. So this was yours, right, Bob?
Yep, that was mine.
All right. So is it my turn again, or is it Todd's? Todd, you did 2 already, right, Todd?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So it's me again. Let's see what I got chambered here. Yeah, I got a bunch. I got some backups just in case. All right. So this was the Neil Adams ripoff, but this one is interesting because I'm a big Barry Windsor-Smith fan.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the Byrds, that band, the Byrds. I don't know of any of their songs.
I remember we talked about this the last time we did this. Yeah, this is really interesting.
And this is old Barry Windsor-Smith. This is
this is
like probably
Conan.
Almost pre-Conan stuff.
Yeah.
Because I love Barry Windsor.
God, look at that stylized tech, man.
Barry Windsor-Smith is amazing.
God dang.
He just is amazing.
You know, when he first entered comic books, he was like a Jack Kirby clone.
Oh, well,
that's
just because that's what was, to get the job.
Mm-hmm.
And then he went from Jack Kirby to like Barry Windsor-Smith.
Disappeared for a while and came back, and he blew us all away with some of that X-Men stuff.
Oh my God,
Storm and Forge and stuff.
His older stuff, the Valiant stuff. I read Archer and Armstrong, and then he did those.
And that Rune series he did, I loved that series.
What were the oversized books that he did? He printed what was it?
The Freebooters.
The Freebooters. Oh my God. Was like that.
Look at the faces, man.
Thank God somebody gave.
Just came out with a huge graphic novel. That's like 300 pages or something.
Oh, I have not seen that.
It's called Monsters.
Yeah, that was about 3 or 4 years ago.
I heard about it. I didn't know it was out.
Last 4 or 5 months.
You know what's cool about this album is I believe he did the logo too. Like this is all hand drawn.
It does look like somebody did colored pencils on it.
It is. It's colored pencils.
April.
Also, you can see the texture of the board. Like this is some
just
kind of like a charcoal paper or something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you can see some of the blue line in the back. Yeah.
It was the 70s. It was like we're not. Like this is as good a photocopier as we got.
Yeah, this is like Flash Gordon meets friggin' Leonard Skinner, man.
Yeah, I like that they're all carrying like somewhat futuristic guitars, and Robbert's got his like high-tech snare drum over here.
Yeah. They still got the like it's that period of time in science fiction when they still got the bubble helmets.
Yeah, but look what's inside of it. I know it's
he's got fish. He's got fish in his bubble helmet. Nice.
Yeah, that's awesome. God, this is so good, man.
No, Barry Windsor-Smith is he doesn't get enough respect now because he didn't do long runs on any comic, but like the stuff that he did was just golden.
Yeah. Yeah, he's definitely an artist, and I think there's people like that just kind of come in and just set the high bar, and then they just leave. You know
God bless them.
And they let the rest of us go, well, how are we going to do that on a monthly basis?
Exactly. He was probably like the Travis Charest of his generation. Is like, why? All the comic fans are like, why isn't Barry Windsor-Smith drawing more stuff?
Wow. I'm actually looking at this monster book that Todd was talking about. I thought that was published like 2 or 3 years ago, but I'm looking at it and his style in this is really interesting.
Can you share it?
Yeah, hang on a minute. Yeah. Let me go back to.
I'd seen a little bit of this. I'd heard about it and seen a little bit of it. It's got to be some European publisher because it's not getting a ton of publicity.
Yeah, here you go.
You know what? I just have to address it. Tony Harris used photo reference. Yeah, you could kind of tell though. And was it like what was that character with the rocket pack on? Ex Machina? Was
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like it was basically him and his friend, I think, were the main characters. Like he just took pictures of him and his friend. Yeah.
It's not hard to do as an artist, especially with like cell phones and like cameras nowadays. Like you can just like stand in any pose you want, and then if you're a good enough artist, you can just make up whatever the backgrounds are.
But
Yeah.
you see what I'm saying about this style here? It's like it's a lot rougher than his old stuff.
This doesn't even. It kind of looks like him, but kind of not. Yeah.
Can you zoom in? Oh, I mean that's right there with the eyelids and the eyebrows. Like he has a very way, like his the space that he leaves on the face and in the cheeks to where the eyes are to the mouth. Like there's a very unique Barry Windsor-Smith kind of space in the cheeks. I always thought.
But it's like his finishing style has gotten like into this like sketchy, rough kind of thing.
Oh yeah, it's.
I gotta get this.
Like this looks so cool. It's still like
It's huge.
even though
Oh yeah, we're not.
it
Looking
looks
on
cool.
It's
Yeah,
like this thick. It's worth it.
yeah, it's huge. It's like a freaking phone book.
So how long ago did it come out?
This came out in April.
Oh,
This year. Okay,
Oh my god.
so he's been working on this for a while.
Oh yeah, over 10 years.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, he's a little grittier with the line work in the face.
right. That's what I'm saying. Like like his finishing style has gotten really rough and sketchy.
just a little heavier.
But he still has, like you said, like those Barry Windsor eyes.
Yeah.
You know, and like
There's
the
always
shape of the
There's
jaw
always
and
a
everything.
big chin. Yeah.
Yep, like right here. Like
Well, all his
this chin
characters-
shape.
Yeah, they have heavy eyelids. You know, deep set eye sockets and heavy eyelids. It's a stylistic thing. Hey, there's
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Look at this. This is awesome. It's great stuff, though, man.
Oh yeah.
And we talk about how like people putting like so many panels on a page. Barry Windsor can make this kind of thing work.
the
Oh,
9 panels. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Todd, you have this book?
No,
Does it have a price, Bob? How much is it?
It's cheap. It's like $25
no, it's
Oh.
not.
Only $25.
on Amazon. I looked it up on
Oh.
Amazon.
Oh shit! I'm gonna buy it tonight. Look at this thing.
But yeah,
I
I'm
always
like
look for inspiration, even if it's something like I'm not going to ink like this. I'm not going to work like this.
No, but there's stuff. There's little bits you can
Yeah.
steal here and there that like, oh, this works really good.
Yeah, but it just gets my fire going. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah.
Like, it's
Absolutely.
It's really brave to do something like this where you're using
Yeah.
black and white and you're using like you don't use any tones, so you got to create tones by hatch.
Yeah.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So you're creating that illusion of dispensation of light and stuff like that with just hatching. That's brave.
But like these panels right here, man, this is like some awesome like
Mhm.
just using solid colors.
That's
Solid
a guy
white and
knowing
white.
what he's doing.
Yes, yeah, that's this is definitely a guy who knows what he's doing.
oh my
But
gosh, look at
yeah,
this.
this is awesome, isn't it? I remember them talking about it, but I didn't realize it was. I
Oh.
thought it was like from like a couple years ago.
This is where I came across Barry Windsor-Smith, and maybe this will be for a lot of people. And I didn't even realize till after the fact. The Machine Man miniseries in the 80s.
Yeah,
And he was inking over Herb Trimp, and I never knew that
Yeah.
until I went back and looked at the comics because it was so Barry Windsor-Smith and just like that whole fight between Machine Man and Arno Stark. I love that fight so much.
Hey, Justin, I appreciate this. Barry Windsor-Smith is about 10 years older than you are, and he can still rock it.
There you go.
I guess there's
There's
hope
still
for
time
me.
left, Art.
oh my god, that's awesome, man.
I appreciate it.
He's
Well, I
got
know-
he's always talked about this story he has about Superman, and it's a graphic novel size thing, and it really is sort of the everyman like brings Superman down to sort of Earth kind of a story, and I wonder if he's gonna do that next.
Oh, Barry Windsor.
Yeah,
Oh crap!
You guys remember it was? I think it
The
was
thing is
a story, and it was with Forge, I think, in Storm.
yeah.
And then
Oh yeah.
like that clear apartment or whatever, like the floors were all like transparent and stuff. Oh my
Mhm.
gosh! When I saw it as a kid,
and the
I was
floating stairs and stuff.
right. I was floored. I was like, how the hell did he figure that out? Yeah.
dude. But some of this, this solid color work here, man. Like this panel right here. That gives me like Magnolia vibes.
You mean the solid blacks?
Yeah, like the yeah.
This is really traditional. This is like old school, like
chiaroscuro.
Yeah, like storytelling, like Bollywood and those kind of classics.
Yeah. As I say, these are like some of those panels are like right out of Bollywood. Those rules that Bollywood made up.
Yeah, the one shot where the car is kind of partially in shadow. I think it was one of the first pages you showed.
Yeah,
that reminds me of like the things that you do.
Right there.
9 things. No, go up one more. It's right there, the first panel.
Yep.
Yeah, the 9 things you can do when you're like a deadline crunch or whatever, and he shows all the cheats. Yeah.
But this is a cool panel. I love this. This is pretty dope. They're tearing this thing apart. Oh, but I don't know how many pages this you can take a look at here. This is awesome. This is really cool too. This composition here.
Well, I'm getting lost in it, so I'm gonna have to.
Art's buying this like 5 minutes after the show is over on Amazon.
Vic, that was I went to Amazon to look it up and see how much it would cost, and I don't know how much it is in all the other places, but there was one up there for like $25. But that's where I found that. That's part of the Google thing.
Well, if I wasn't hosting this show, I'd be right now. I'd be like this. I just go, wait.
But I just looked up Monster.
This is a little bit of the sad commentary on what we've kind of all been fighting against. Is like Marvel and DC are like missing out on opportunities. Like they could have like been paying top dollar to some of these top artists to work on characters that everybody knows and loves, and instead, like some of these classic artists are doing stuff. They're just miles away from Marvel and DC because of what they've become, kind of the cesspool like that they don't want to deal with anymore. And it's kind of sad because like barely any of us have heard of this book, and like Barry Windsor-Smith is a legend, and it's just kind of a sad commentary on where the industry
is. It means you're out of touch. I knew about it.
You knew about it.
No, I knew about it. I didn't realize that it was like he had just done it. Though. I thought it was like a couple of years ago.
Yeah, and it's like this should be
but
like
what you're saying is like
prestige format, like in the front of every order magazine, on the top shelf of every comic shop. Like that's where this book should be.
Way, Todd, I mean, Clint, it's always been that way. Like the stuff that's really, really great isn't necessarily popular. You know what I mean?
Or
like,
easy to know about, right? Because I think that's Fantagraphics. I'm not sure. He does a lot of, he's done a lot of Fantagraphic novels like Adastra and stuff. So I think that is, but I'm not sure. But yeah, sometimes what's his name? Mark McKenna has a place where he does some really cool graphic novels like that. That David Bowie one, which is done by Madman guy. What's his name?
Mike Allred.
Mike Allred. So there are books out there that are like coffee table books that have a really good quality paper and a cover and stuff, and you just gotta know where they are,
Yeah.
It may not be Mark McKenna. It's Mark something. I forget.
Mark McKenna.
Is it Mark McKenna or is it that other guy?
McKean, is it the guy that does the paintings and stuff?
No. This is the guy who's got like his own publishing company. He recently just published Mark Texeira book, graphic novel.
I don't know who that is.
I have it somewhere. He was on one of our episodes of Coffee Akihabara.
Okay.
They by the way, Art, they have the those freebooter, those full size, those big freebooter books. They've got the freebooters hardcover for $60.
Oh. Wow. Those freebooter books were gorgeous.
Yeah.
Like
hey Bob, if you keep that stuff open and then after the show, you just send me those links and
I dropped the link in the private chat.
So it Solar and Archer and Armstrong and Freebooter, like some of those late '90s stuff. Barry Windsor-Smith went on a tear it was all for stuff that was like not mainstream, but it was like just the Archer and Armstrong stuff was just beautiful, and it was
I like
fun.
Remember that Rune character?
Rune, yeah.
Oh,
I have that whole collection.
Vampire thing, yeah.
Those Valiant books are there because Jim Shooter was a huge fan of Barry's.
Yeah.
He's like, you can do whatever you want. You can move.
Yeah, and that was awesome. Like more like top artists need like some dude like that to just say do whatever you want and then just let them run wild.
Yeah, exactly. That's the genius of it. Like all business now, they think like they have to micromanage everything and they have to be on top of the artists and the creative people. But the thing is, man, like Jim Shooter, just hire good people and then get the hell out of the way. You know what I mean? Let them.
I bet he could turn Marvel around. To be honest.
Oh yeah. Oh hell yeah, he could. Yeah. Definitely. I think just with that mindset alone, like if you think about even like Star Wars or some of these movie franchise, if they just kind of got the hell out of the way, and let these guys create.
Go find good creatives and let them go.
That's a tale of little his time, though, Art.
You know what? We should create a hashtag. Because remember how the Snyder Cut eventually happened?
Hashtags out of the way?
Like a Jim Shooter come back to Marvel hashtag. And just all the time, every freaking day, just hammer.
Come back, Jim Shooter?
It would be like Jim Shooter save comics.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's perfect. Jim Shooter.
I'm going to do that right now, dude. I'm just going to go under the hashtag come back, Jim Shooter.
Save us. Actually, if you think about it, he's probably the only one that could. Tom DeFalco's still around, but I don't think DeFalco had as big of a footprint in the industry as.
You guys don't think CB's going to turn it around?
He's lucky he's still there.
I just wanted to make art.
All right, check out.
I wish I had the cricket sound because I. What's
All
that?
Right. You gotta check out my Twitter, man. I started it. It's up.
Nice.
Hashtag come back, Jim Shooter.
Come back,
Jim Shooter, save us.
Yeah.
Okay, so who's after me? So I did my second. Is it you, Bob? Is it Clint?
I could tell I could show you my Kiss comic and I can tell you my Gene Simmons story. That's the one last bullet I got left in the rifle.
Oh, cool. Well, let's do that then.
Yeah. It's not me on the cover, and this comic is extremely beat up. But Kiss 4K that was published through Platinum.
Ooh,
but
wow.
Me on the interior art. I don't know if you can see my name there, but
oh, sweet.
Yeah, this comic is extreme, and this was so long ago. I don't even have the files on my computer to just pull it up. So
what's it called? Hey, Bob, you're better at that. See if you can find anything for that.
Okay.
Kiss 4K through Platinum. There's one big pinup here. I got to do one pinup of the whole team. It was like the characters are already pre-designed.
Yep.
So I had, because Kiss always had to have different designs.
Oh, that's cool, dude.
Yeah.
It's $8.52 in paperback on Amazon.
So the value went up.
Yeah. But yeah, I got to draw the Kiss comic. It was actually Fred Van Lent doing the script for it, so it was like a real fun, cool script. But I think that was like when I was working for Arcana, and Arcana was tied in with Platinum, and I was doing The Greatest American Hero, and I was doing Kiss, and as a freelancer, it was kind of one of those things where it's just like, there's jobs here. I'm just going for it, and just doing whatever. Oh yes, then Kiss is I don't think there's a rock band out there that's tied more into comics than Kiss. Throughout the years, Kiss and what was it? Who was Howard the Duck? I remember one of my early memories of comics was Kiss and Howard the Duck in a team up of some variety.
And then Todd McFarlane did a bunch of Psycho Circus.
He had a big run on it. And Gene Simmons loved comics. That's why it happened. Gene Simmons marketed Kiss out to the hilt, but he also loved comics. So he made sure that Kiss was always in comics for as long as he could, and he made sure that they got the best end of the deal. Like the one thing that, I mean, if people are Kiss fans, they already know this. Gene Simmons was a great businessman, and he was going to squeeze the dime out of every damn thing he could.
Some of these covers are pretty nice, man.
But like Gene was like all about making money off of the merchandising and everything they could. So Gene always had these great deals. And so at one point, I was working for Scott Alley at Dark Horse Comics. I had done Xena Warrior Princess, and we were hanging out at Wizard World Chicago at the Dark Horse booth. And the big thing that they had at that point was they were just launching their new Kiss comic, and they were launching it at Wizard World. So everybody was going nuts, and Gene was going to be there. So Gene is like behind the booth, and I'm like BSing with Scott, and Gene's kind of hanging out and schmoozing all the fans, and he comes up to Scott, and I'm just kind of standing there, you know, like I'm just trying to make sure that I got a gig next week, you know, and they're going back and forth, and like Gene walks off, and I'm like, oh man, like that, you know, how is it dealing with Gene, like, you know, Kiss and all this stuff? And he's like, it's great, you know, like Gene is great with the fans and everything, but he's like, anybody who he knows is working for him, like he looks at the publisher as working for him, he treats them like crap and makes them just bust their ass for every single, like every penny is coming out of Gene's pocket. But the second he's with the fans, he's just fucking amazing, which speaks to Comicsgate. It's like, appreciate your fan base, but make the people that are doing the comics
like shit.
Yeah, work hard for you.
Yeah,
so that's the first part.
Kiss really is the perfect for the topic today, because if you think about it, and if you know anything about the origins of the band, it really is kind of a 50-50. It's like the Beatles meets comic books. So it's like a superhero team with the Beatles like musical sensibility, because what Paul said is they wanted 4 unique personalities like the Beatles, you know, because the Beatles actually created personas because they went into film. So they actually were like characters, you know. And so if you think about the 4 Kiss members, they're all characters. They're a little bit broader, they're a little bit more in your face, you know what I mean? Like you have the spaceman, you have the animal guy, you have the lover, and then you have the
demon,
natural demon guy, you know. So you have all these things that are pulled from these different like comic book genres, and then you kind of meld those with the Beatles, and then you have Kiss basically. And so that's pretty interesting that there is really a band that's forged pretty much from comic books.
Oh yeah, no, like you could see Gene's love of comics all throughout. And I mean, that was one of the things, like I remember the early albums, and I was just a little kid. I didn't know anything about music. I loved comic books, and I knew Kiss was in comics and stuff. So that's what kind of drew me to Kiss. And I was probably like 8, 9, 10 years old or something.
Yeah.
But then the other, like, I've got one more great Gene story, and this was like literally at the same time as all this was happening.
Let me jump in 1 second, Art. While he's telling that story, share my screen. I'll show some of those covers that he did.
Oh, cool.
Oh, these aren't my covers. These are painted covers by what's the artist's name? Migraldo. He did some. It's like Migraldo. He did some painted covers for Green Lantern at the same time.
Yeah,
so these aren't like I can't paint anything like that.
Yeah.
So. But those are the covers for the exteriors. Covers for the exteriors in my book.
Yeah.
But like everybody's here.
Wait. These look like magazine size too. Are they magazine or?
No, they're comic book size. This one was regular comic book size. They're just painted.
Some really good ones, man.
Oh, the dude that was doing the covers. I mean, they're beautiful, beautiful covers.
Well, these are like pulp, like novel, like covers.
Yeah. No, No, they were all in on making these books look good. So it was a awesome project for me to work on. It was a ton of fun.
I have one question before you
Yep.
tell your story. Did they make you print it with real Clint Helinski blood?
No, thankful. Well, and the other thing was, it was a weird, tenuous setup with the publisher, and I'd heard this from other artists that Gene had it written in that he got all the original art back to himself.
Wow.
But it was such a tenuous working relationship with the publisher at the time. I don't know if anybody remembers Platinum from back in the day. They were a little fly by night. I had all the original art. And
Ooh.
like I didn't have to.
No.
Yeah, but not anymore. But like back in the day, there wasn't Kiss comic original art out there, so that was a nice little.
Look how big they made Gene look. Look how big they made Gene look compared to everybody else.
Oh,
Gene looks like friggin'
those guys are. When you stand, they all have these like big heads.
Oh yeah,
they're like. It's weird. I don't know what it is. It's like Naomi Judd weird.
Remember Anthrax did a Judge Dredd song. Was it like "I Am the Law"? Don't fuck around. Yeah.
Do you remember? I was actually trying to think about.
I remember that.
I was trying to think about songs.
10th grade Spanish. I am the law.
Yeah.
And Christina, yeah, I saw it. It was pretty cool. Just seeing all the film footage and stuff. And who was it? Was it Peter Jackson? I forget who put it together, but whoever put it together did a pretty good job, because it does kind of have a narrative. I mean, that would be tough to go through all those files of just footage and then try to bring it into some coherency.
Speaking of Disney, by the way, Hawkeye works better than any other show they've had, and I don't know why.
Is it good? I heard
it's actually good. No, it's good. That was a really, really good chasing. That car, that was
the car
really
on the
cool.
Bridge.
Oh
yeah. And the arrow and stuff.
Well, the action and stuff is not the problem. It's the context of like, it's not really his show.
I get it, but it still works.
Go off on
no spoilers.
Yeah. But yeah, like there are a lot of like comic book people, like even Bon Jovi's got the Superman tattoo.
Yeah.
Iron Maiden was pretty meshed with comics and graphics. I think a lot of those guys were, because you could tell by the album covers. Even like Black Sabbath had Greg or the Hildebrand brothers do the Mob Rules album cover. I mean, Ken Kelly with the Kiss covers. Just all kinds of cool stuff. So definitely, in the 70s, there was a lot of comic book influence.
Well, the 80s too, I think, because
there was a crossover vibe going on there.
Yeah, because do you remember? I don't know if you've ever heard of Monster Magnet?
Yeah.
Remember they had that song about Ego, the Living Planet?
No, I don't remember that.
Yeah, they had a song that was about Ego, the Living Planet, because it was like that period of time when all that weird stuff was coming up. But that's why I asked you that question, like which one had the bigger effect, and you said it went back and forth. I think the 70s and the 80s is when it had the biggest effect of all.
Oh yeah, definitely for sure. I have a mutual friend that knows the drummer from Monster Magnet. Yeah, it's pretty.
And then
cool.
it was
GNR like first album, Captain America gets torn apart.
Yeah,
it's like that's a big lyric and a big, like GNR was probably arguably one of the biggest, if not the biggest, band that came out of the 90s era,
the late 80s,
late 80s, 89, 90. Appetite for Destruction.
Oh God, that was my anthem in high school, man.
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
And even that had a cartoony drawing. I forget who did the cartoon, but there's
yeah, that's right. That one cover of that girl with her panties getting like pulled
and
down.
There's a robot with his finger.
Yeah, that was a beautiful. But that was like a comic book-esque cover. Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly. Yeah. Even like Queen's News of the World. I don't know if that was the same painter that did the Kiss covers. I think it was somebody else. It wasn't Ken Kelly. But the News of the World where there's a giant robot and it's holding the band up and it's like dipping his finger into the guy's chest. He's pulling it out. He's got like the blood on his fingertip. There's a lot of cool stuff like that. And even if you think about like Alice Cooper, I don't think he's ever said that he's got like comic book like interests or anything like that. But I mean, come on, man.
He had that vibe, like the horror, theatrical monster, like maybe not comics, but like monsters. Like you definitely love them. Oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I wish it would let me zoom in on it.
Yeah,
that thing is so cool.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind. Other than the rudeness of it, that would be a cool poster to have.
But
the Metallica guys, like I was doing a book signing for, I think it was Cable, and it was tied into a local radio station, was called K-Rock, which is where Jimmy Kimmel and Adam Carolla got their start. And so there was the Guns and Metallica tour, right? And so they were giving away free tickets. And so for some reason, they did a live remote from the book signing that I was doing. And so Ricky Rackman and his little entourage came in. And so it was this whole media like thing that was going on. And in those days, like comic books, like you'd have a line, there was a line down the street. So it was worthy of like, being televised and all that stuff. And so I remember talking to Ricky Rackman and I think he worked for K-Rock too. This was maybe before the MTV Headbangers Ball, or it was around that time. And so before I knew it, I was getting invited backstage to the Guns and Metallica show. And it turns out that was it Lars and maybe one of the other guys are comic book guys. And so they were big time into X-Men. So, I got to meet them backstage and they were like, yeah, we buy a ton of your artwork. Because I actually, like Jim Lee, he had an agent. So all that X-Men artwork went through that guy. So I was never contacted by those guys. I guess, Jim's agent or our agent was. So I never knew about that. And so they were like talking about which X-Men pages they owned and stuff. So
Lars owns a bunch of old Uncanny X-Men pages.
Yeah, of the X-Men stuff. Yeah, so
they're sitting in a box somewhere that he's completely forgot about, which is sad.
But there's even Enter Sandman, which some people say is kind of tied to the Neil Gaiman stuff. Who knows?
And then there's like Pink Floyd with Doctor Strange and like all that connection stuff there. This stuff's been it's interwoven forever.
Yeah. And even what was the Jim Croce song where we were talking about, you don't tug on Superman's cape, you don't spit in the wind, and you don't pull the mask off the old Lone Ranger, you don't mess around with Jim or whatever it is. Yeah. So there's been a ton of this stuff. I'm gonna share again. Well, actually, Todd, you got one more, right?
Yep.
Yeah, here we go.
Ooh, excuse me.
Gesundheit.
Yeah,
There's a
that's a good cover because I like the visual and the composition and stuff, and the balance is really good. But it's Becky Cloonan.
It's like screwed up.
But it's really, really works. I like it.
Yeah,
it's done well. Yeah. So we got
every once in a while somebody draws something good.
Yeah.
They don't always replicate it.
Because I got in here late. Did anybody show Ethan's?
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Well, you brought it up, but I'm just gonna run through.
There's a Winger cover, right, with Ethan?
Yeah.
Of
all the bands, man, freaking Winger.
Oh, don't even talk bad
He's
about
just
Winger.
17.
Kip Winger.
Oh, dude. Well, wait, are you guys seeing this?
Yeah. See, I love Gorillaz, man.
Oh, okay. So this is Jamie Hewitt.
We're talking about talented bands.
He's done a bunch of theirs, by the way.
Yeah, and then they use his art designs for a lot of their animated videos.
Yeah, but this is Tank Girl, You know, so it's always weird when you have somebody that's so influential like this guy. You know that you know, how did he get a movie made? You know, how did he get teamed up with who is the guy? The guy is from he wrote that song. Woohoo! What band was that called?
Weezer.
Woohoo! No, it's not Weezer. What the hell? Somebody.
I know what song you're talking about, but boy, I can't think of it.
Are you sure it's not Weezer? I thought that was Weezer who did that song.
No, they used it for what was that Bugs movie? The Bug Hunt. It was shit.
What? Bug movie.
Oh my gosh! It was like the oh shit.
Everything is on the tip of Art's tongue right now.
You're talking about Starship Troopers?
Starship, yes, thank you. Starship Troopers. It was the song that they used for the trailer. Yeah, we know the song. But anyway, that's the guy behind the Gorillaz. So that one guy is the Gorillaz. And so he teamed up with Jamie Hewitt and made history. Like the Gorillaz, who could have predicted the success, right? Like it's insane how big these guys were. And then the characters, and then all the videos. You know, they even got like
Blur. That's the name.
Blur. Yeah, thank you. They got Bruce Willis to be in one of the videos and everything. It was pretty cool stuff. And so then,
at one point in his life did Bruce Willis just give up?
I think
Bruce Willis is a pretentious dick.
It's a while ago though, but he doesn't mind showing up for checks.
No,
I think he's had moments. I think he's had moments of moving forward, and then
no, he gave up a long time ago.
Yeah, like 20 years.
Edge of the Sun.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is obviously this is Bad Out of Hell. What's that?
Meatloaf.
Everybody, hey, how many of us bought this album just because of this cover?
Exactly.
And then we listen to music and we're like, it's all right.
It's for girls. It's rock for girls.
It's for girls. Yeah, it's rock for girls. That's a good.
Yeah, but then you look at the album. Weren't you so disappointed when you heard the music?
Yes.
What the hell is?
I'm like, what is this opera shit?
Yeah. So this is
Meatloaf was like the Post Malone of the 70s. It's like, I'm gonna have face tattoos, and then I'm gonna sing NSYNC songs.
Yeah, which don't work together. But
give him credit though, because there's a lot of hits throughout his albums.
Oh no, those guys made money. Those guys were not making money.
2 out of 3.
2 out of 3, yeah.
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
What was the one? Something nice. Like Dashboard Light.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
that resurgence he had in the 90s, man.
Oh yeah,
he made the most of that shit.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of Anthrax, we were talking about Anthrax earlier. Meatloaf's daughter married the bass player for Anthrax.
Oh.
Wow.
Keeping it in the family. But yeah, this Richard Corbin painting is absolutely phenomenal. I know that the majority of Meatloaf's success is because of this album cover. And Richard Corbin is like the heavy metal guy. He did Din. He created the character Din that he used also in the animated heavy metal movie. And I think who followed up the Meatloaf Bat Out of Hell 2 was Bernie Wrightson, I think. Yeah, did Meatloaf 2 Bat Out of Hell. And so then, of course,
the infamous
the
John Byrne, Joe Satriani freaking cover.
Oh, is it John Byrne?
Yeah, it's stolen. Yeah. It's technically stolen John Byrne art.
Oh, okay.
You can kind of tell that it wasn't meant to be this big, because the ink lines and some of the drawing is a little.
No, it's definitely John Byrne arm and like the magnetic shine on the interior arms.
Yeah,
it's easy to spot Byrne.
Yeah,
I don't think these colors were the original colors either.
No, not even close.
No,
Surfer in that era was always like white.
Mm-hmm.
With like a blue, maybe
with like a bluish tint to him. Yeah.
Yeah. So I got this list. If you guys have just a couple more minutes, I got a list of it's like 36 like comic book artists that worked on album covers, and we went over quite a bit of them here. And the only thing is, like, this article doesn't have just
Oh, you break it up.
Jack Kirby. A lot of people make that mistake, but I think you're right, Bob. I do believe that's John Byrne that drew the Silver Surfer. So that one rounds out the 36. We got Jaime Hernandez, the Indigo Girls. He's the Love and Rockets guy. Hernandez or Jaime Hernandez doing the Los Lobo, the Town and City. Another Hernandez brother throwing Muse's Limbo. Tony Millionaire, Elvis Costello. I don't know who Tony Millionaire is. Is he a comic book artist? I don't know.
I've never heard of him.
Yeah, I never did either. And then there's
some indie dude that.
Yeah, I knew Phil Jimenez has done.
Anybody
who
rips on Ethan for a Winger cover, I'm having words with.
I
love Winger.
Oh my God!
Kip Winger was a musical genius.
Kip Winger with his little pirouettes.
You know what? She's only 7.
You'd all be happy to have a quarter of the success that Kip Winger had in life. So
you know what?
It don't mean it's good music, man.
It was good in 1996 when you
it wasn't.
When you want to get a little action.
Well,
it was chick metal. That's what it was.
She's only 17,
whatever it takes to get
she's
it done.
old enough for me.
She's old enough for me. The better lines were never spoken.
Ever spoken. I agree with you, Clint. And how dare you, Bob?
I'll put them in the same category as was it Warrant and
Oh, Bob, you the
you know what? There's one thing.
What were the two? What were the two brothers? Or what are the names?
Nelson.
Yeah, I'll put them in the same category as Nelson and
Warren. Don't speak ill of Winger. There was a lot of ass to be had during those songs.
Yeah.
I just have one thing to say. The reason those guys were never a success and Winger rocks it is because of an Ethan Van Sciver.
Exactly. Ethan pushed them over the top.
Yes. So we have Howard Chaykin. Oh, go ahead.
Oh my God. No, just barely pulls them back from the brink.
Yeah, so this is in the 80s. The Hood's Cooler Than Thou. I don't know what that is. Corey Andrews, the Beta Band's Heroes to Zeros. I don't know who that is. This is one that Joe came up with.
I think you showed that earlier, the Sam Keith.
That was dope. I liked it.
Yeah.
I remember. Cool. I knew he did a cover. I did not know the band though.
Corey Andrews is a good artist.
You hit next on there, and that should show us the next chunk.
I'm guessing he's doing like storyboard somewhere.
I think Art froze. I think Art just froze. Oh no, he's back.
Production.
Is it back?
It's like whenever one of these really good artists disappears, I just assume they're like in movie production or storyboard.
Sam Keith really hasn't disappeared, and he'd never work in movies.
No. Oh, there you go.
So we have
he couldn't handle being with that many people and having to listen.
Yeah.
He's a very quirky guy.
Cannibal Corpse. Oh, I forgot about the Cannibal. I didn't know that it was a. Who's Vince Locke? I don't know. That name's not familiar to me.
He used to ink Kirby. Vince Locke used to be, yeah.
Are you
kidding?
He was
back then.
I've never heard of that.
You've never heard of Vince Locke? I guarantee he's inked Kirby.
Jeff Smith look him up. Did something for somebody else?
Yeah, this is Dave Finch. We already covered.
Crumb, I knew about. Yeah, I knew about.
Vince
Crumb.
Locke did a book. One of those Guardians guys. He has a fin on his head, but it's really big. It's not the guy that whistles. You know, what the hell is that guy's name?
The Archer guy?
No, that's Yondu.
Yeah, not Yondu. This guy was more colorful, and he had of
the original Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah. That was the last time I seen Vince Locke.
So we got Jeff Smith, we got R. Crumb. I don't know who Daniel Klaus.
The name sounds familiar.
Yeah, but I don't know. I couldn't tell you anything he did.
So then we have Peter Bagg. Gays in the military, people is beautiful.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I know. He's one of those guys that does like that really. What's the best way to describe it?
Big nose, is
Indie.
that true?
This is when indie was really indie.
Yeah, like he does like that
Crumb kind of guy.
Yeah,
like a bad version of Crumb.
Yeah, late 80s, early 90s indie, where it was just being alternative for the sake of being alternative.
Yeah.
And then we covered the Barry Windsor-Smith
Neil Adams.
album. Here's the Neil Adams stuff.
The Bill Sienkiewicz RZA cover. That's one of the ones I actually was looking at.
Bobby Digital in stereo. Chip Kid, this has got to be fairly new then, right? Chip Kid, John Spencer, Blues Explosions, Plastic Fang. Don't know. Alex Ross, we covered that. The Anthrax. Dave Gibbons did a cover. I didn't know that. Yeah. Who's Kula Shanker? Here's Todd McFarlane, Lizzie Borden, Deal with the Devil. That was a Clint as well, right?
Mm-hmm. No, that was mine.
Oh, that was yours. I'm sorry, Bob. Who's this Hurge? Gasoline.
I think they're saying it's the guy that did Tintin.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah,
that's probably old. That's probably old.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into that.
I would say that's probably 70s.
Okay, Sheldon.
Morrison and Frank Quietly. Oh, Robbie Williams.
Henry Bemis and Sheldon said
that would have been probably the late 90s.
Klaus was the guy that did Ghost World.
Okay.
Grant Morrison.
So I don't know
Frank
why Grant Morrison got credit for this, but Robbie Williams, Intensive Care.
I know who Robbie Williams
British
is.
Pop star, but he's a British pop star, but Frank Quietly and Grant Morrison
they don't fit him. Like his style of music.
It's pop culture. It's a lot of these things don't necessarily fit, but
right. Does anybody know who Charles
Burns? Yeah, he's another one of those kitchen sink guys.
Yeah.
Kitchen sink.
Yeah.
That's when indie meant something too with kitchen sink. Like those guys were really independent.
Mm-hmm.
They were doing stuff that nobody liked.
So Todd, was this
the two goth girls that went to your high school?
Dave
Look, Zenzoic Tales came out of kitchen sink.
I'm not saying that everything out of there was bad.
Came out of kitchen sink.
I'm just saying not all of it was good.
The relaunch, yeah.
Of course, because it's eclectic.
Dave McKeon.
Yeah, so was this who you were talking about, Todd? It wasn't Dave McKean, right?
No.
Okay, so this is the Desert Lights. This is Counting Crows, which were fairly popular in the day.
Did they have anything other than their first album, though?
Yeah, it's really just the first album. So Greg Capullo's Korn, Follow the Leader. Todd does not get credit here.
Bisley was one of the ones I had on deck.
Danzig.
For sure.
Does everybody remember Glenn Danzig running around conventions in the 90s just below your chin?
Yeah. Yeah. I remember him like he stomped hard to play Wolverine.
Yeah, you know what?
He wanted to be Wolverine so bad.
He was the right height.
Yeah, there's the cover. There's a cover right there if you want to see it.
Hey Clint, you know what? He did blow my chin.
So
where's the cover?
Geez. Right there.
So what's with the no rock and roll stories? I mean, you must have been in the what do they call the backstage pass?
Back rooms while Glenn Danzig was blowing my chin. That cover's awesome though, man.
That is dope, man. I love Bisley's work.
Yeah, for sure. So let's I think we got the top 5 now. Let me go back.
Yeah.
I wonder where this is always my thing is like these awesome artists, like when they go and disappear, like what are they doing anymore? Because you always got the kind of itch to draw. Like what is Bisley doing?
He's doing Lost Pages covers.
For what?
Lost Pages covers.
Lost Pages covers.
Yeah, that was one of the.
That's Phil Diaz's book.
Phil Diaz's book, yeah.
Oh, did he do something for the Diaz
Yeah.
brothers?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's insane. That is awesome.
Okay, so we got Bernie Wrightson's at number 3 for Meatloaf's Dead Ringer. We have 2, which is Richard Corbin's Meatloaf's Bat Out of Hell, and we got Jamie Hewlett, the Gorillaz.
The Gorillaz. And by the way,
It's gonna
I'm
be
about
number 1. That's simple. That's come on. How
Look at that.
long do you
Number
think
1
it took
should
him
be
to draw
EBS
4
and
heads?
Winger.
dude, man. I'm so sad this guy's gone.
Yeah, so this is Bernie's painting here. It's pretty cool, man.
You know, I bet nobody remembers this. Bernie did a 4-issue miniseries. It was for Kitchen Sink, by the way, and it was
Those
it
hacks.
was like an egg. There was an egg robot guy. It was all about a soda that was like making everybody, getting everybody to be, what is that called? Addicted. An addicted soda. And it was like this cosmic space adventure. It was really, really cool.
It's the one that they based that one segment of Heavy Metal the movie off of.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
We went the one with the smiley face spaceship that abducts the girl,
Mhm.
and then the little egg robot like has sex with her and convinces her to be his boyfriend or girlfriend and shit.
When
It
you
was
look
all
down
about
at the-
Really cartoony style.
Yeah.
It had the Cheap Trick
It
song.
was right around the cult. Remember the cult?
It was
Batman?
I think it was the
It's right around
final. It was the final segment of the movie.
Yeah, it was cool. I got to go, like, just take a small departure here. I finally know who Henry Bemis is. Do you guys know who Henry Bemis is?
Yes. Yep.
Do you know who he is, Clint?
I have no idea.
Okay, who
He,
is?
he has a penchant for anal photography.
I don't
no,
know
no.
what penchant means.
Henry Bemis is from the Twilight Zone. It's a character from the Twilight Zone. And so it was Burgess Meredith who played the character. And so he
Okay, yeah, it's
it was picked on by everybody.
Yeah.
And then there's like
there
this
was
Holocaust.
time. There was enough
Yeah,
time.
A Holocaust. And so like
He's
like,
not the guy in the bank that has all the books and
Yes.
his glasses.
yes,
right?
yes.
His glasses
Oh.
break. Oh, I remember that.
And then his glasses break. Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that.
He's the only guy left, right, or something like
Yeah.
that.
He's the only person left in
And
the
he
world.
just organized all the books from the library that he was going to read. And then his glasses fall and they break. And then he's like,
There was time. It's not
That's
fair.
the
There was
Twilight
time.
Zone that everybody remembers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
But it's
remember
funny
the dolls in the
bugging
trash
me.
can on Christmas?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that? That was a good one.
I was just going to
Well,
say.
there's lots of good ones, but the guy in the bank vault, that's the one everybody remembers.
So hard to talk.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Henry Bemis, your icon, your image was bugging me with the name forever, and then I was finally like, "Holy shit!" I know
I was
that.
thinking about Max Bemis.
Because
by the way.
that's the image right there. That's Burgess Meredith without the glasses on. Yeah.
Yeah, that's when he's like, but there was time. It's not fair. There was time.
So good, man. I'm sorry, I had to do that. It's
Oh no, that's awesome.
Yeah. So EVS and EVS Supermod, where are we at?
Dinky Frank is worried we didn't let Art tell his story,
Yeah.
which we do sometimes tend to do. We get too excited.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. We start talking about this stuff. We're like, oh shit, yeah, man. But you were talking about the Twilight Zones that you remember. The Twilight Zone that I remember is one called Nothing in the Dark.
Okay, I'm just gonna. Everybody, you know what? We're done with the.
No, I'm sorry.
We're gonna go Twilight Zone now.
Let Art tell his stories.
No, go ahead, man. I thought he was.
No,
I
I
thought he
have
was waiting.
nothing else to really add. I mean, if you want to go.
Art, were there any girls backstage after the band finished their
He's
sets
not
and
going to
you
tell
were
those
drumming?
stories.
Come on!
I do have one. Okay,
has
so,
them.
Do you have a
You
Kip?
know what?
Do you have a
You know
Kip
what?
Winger story?
no, I would.
There. That's why. Okay, Clint. There you go. That's why Winger ain't shit. Because Art doesn't have a story about him.
You know what would be a great story though? Is like if Kip Winger asked me to do an album cover, and I said absolutely not, and then
Do you have
like,
any covers out there that
absolutely
you're not showing
Oh,
us?
there you go, Art. Have you done any covers?
No, but I
Mandy.
will say, like, that's what I wanted to do. Like, before comic books, I studied illustration. I wanted to work as an illustrator, and since I had like the rock and roll thing going on, I always wanted to do an album cover, because all those the artwork that we've been showing and all that stuff, that's what used to inspire me, man. You know, like, comic books were great, but these album covers were also fantastic. Like, we haven't even got into Roger Dean, which did Uriah Heep and Yes and all that stuff. You know, he was the inspiration for Avatar, you know, the movie, you know, all that stuff, those floating masses of land and all that, you know. There's just been some really creative people, sci-fi comic book artists that have worked, you know, in rock and roll and pop, you know, popular music, and back and forth, you know, like the Gene Simmons stuff, and Empire for lyrics, and just different things, theatrics, you know, all kinds of stuff like that. But for me, like, it was, you know, I did logos for a bunch of bands, you know, and so there was Danny Mickey. So I put an ad. I needed an assistant, so I put in a local comic book shop, and then so Danny Mickey comes over to the studio. He passed the audition. He's pretty good. I put him to work. We start talking, and he's like, you know, I'm talking to him about like logos and stuff like I did. He goes, yeah, I used to do the same thing when I was trying to, you know, make money as an artist. I go, really? Who'd you do? He goes, I did a logo for a band called Rat.
Round and round.
It's kind of sad though, Art.
Just
You
give
didn't get to do
it
your own
time.
band's cover.
Round and round.
You didn't get to do your own band's cover to their album.
Oh yeah, man. How come
No,
that never happened.
we never got that far. But I'll tell you, I did all the flyers and stuff like that. So
Oh, there you go.
you know, that was really pretty cool. So yeah. I mean, the dream never really came true. But you know what, Mark Pasella, my good friend, he did an album cover for a New York band called Spread Eagle.
Nice.
Todd or Bob, see if you could find that. I'm going to try as well.
You should
called
have
again?
him come on.
I
because
love the name Spread Eagle.
What was it? What was it again?
Spread Eagle.
Spread Eagle.
So,
Yeah.
that was
should
an
get Mark
album
on.
name or a band?
Probably 80s, mid 80s, and it was a New York-based band.
Okay, I think I found it.
Oh, you found it? Cool.
It's here. Yeah, okay, here it is. Here's
You're awesome, Bob.
see open image.
Is it a giant eagle grabbing the girl?
Yeah, it's a giant eagle grabbing a girl. Let me see if I can find a bigger one. This one's kind of small.
And yes, I've been trying, Todd. I've been trying to get Mark, because he's got some stories to tell, boy.
Is it Mark
here we go.
McKenna?
Mark
No,
Pasella, he did the first like really official gay comic, which was what was it? Star? What was his name?
North Star?
North Star.
But he also,
Oh, I remember. And
inked
like
Coppola.
they
in,
did it
X
really
Factor.
90s style inking on that. Like they tried to like ape Rob and
Open image.
Yeah.
All right,
yeah,
there
I
we go.
remember that individual. I got that individual issue somewhere because I'm like, ooh, first gay superhero. That's gonna be worth something.
There you
Yeah,
go. I'm
he
not gonna,
did-
I
It
can
was
zoom
not.
in.
It's okay. It'll give you an idea. Like, this is a Mark Pasella painting.
Wow. Pretty cool.
Fred Eagle, the woman in the talons. It's subtle.
Yeah.
New York is burning in the background. You know, there's the Chrysler building and all this stuff.
What does he do now?
He's doing storyboards. He
Storyboards.
he just showed me some killer. He worked on the Deadpool movies.
Nice.
Oh wow.
You know
Yeah.
who does killer storyboards that I've caught here and there?
Who's that?
Rudolfo DiMaggio. Really cool storyboard. Oh come on, he did. Remember when Green Lantern had like this Asian kid? be
He
the
did
Green Lantern for-
Nightwing and like a Green Arrow for a while, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember him. He was,
Connor. I think his name was Connor Hawk. or
yeah,
something.
he
Oh,
did Green Arrow.
Connor Hawk, yeah.
I know
when
who
it
you're
was
talking
Connor Hawk.
about.
Yeah.
That guy was a solid artist.
He
Like,
didn't do a lot of comic book work though, right? Like,
Yeah,
like
He was a brief, you know, like
but he did a
years.
lot while he was in there. But then
Yeah.
he was gone. that guy was a solid, talented artist.
Yeah, he was
He
really
did,
good.
storyboards for Indiana Jones movies.
Yeah,
Hidalgo.
that guy seems like he would be a good storyboard artist because he had a cinematic, like you can tell when artists have like, okay, I'm gonna zoom in here, I'm gonna have my characters like that's what storyboard and movie directors eat up that
Okay,
stuff.
I have a storyboard artist story, and it ties into Mark Pasilla. Are you guys ready?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, there's this guy named Paul Powers, and he's a storyboard artist. He did that movie Heroes, I think it was, with Andy Garcia, and he's just done just a ton of movies. But he was working on this movie called Radio Flyer for Warner Brothers. I think it was Warner Brothers. And so Mark was visiting. He's a East Coast guy, so he lived in New Jersey. So he was visiting me in California. So Paul invited me and Mark to the studio to hang out with them. Get a tour of the studio, all that kind of stuff. So we're there, and so we came in the gate. Everything has to be okay, security, all that stuff. So we came in, gave our name, everything. The guy says, "Go park in this." And he points in this area, right? So we go in this area, and it's just packed. There's just tons of cars. So I drove as far out as I possibly could, right? And there were no cars around here. Like I'm so far, like I'm in like the Wild West area, literally. Like you could see the Western town from the parking lot. So I drove way out of the way, right? So I park it in there. There's no other cars there. We hang out with Paul. Mark and I come back, and there are some cars there, but not a lot of cars. But there's a car to our left, the left of my car, and a car to the right of my car. And then there's this VW convertible that he decided he wasn't going to pull into a spot. He went right behind me, so I couldn't pull out. So he's kind of in the lane. He just went right here. My car's here, like kind of a T-bone kind of thing. So there's a car here. This VW's right there. So I can't back up, and I can't go forward because there's the Western town right there. And so on my windshield, there's this little note, right? And this priss of a human being. He says, "You parked in my place, and you need to go to security. You need to let them know what you did. And then and only then will I come out and let you go. Like I'll move my car." And so Mark was just like,
"We're gonna pick this car up and we're gonna
pick
move
this
it
fucking
ourselves."
car up and
That's
flip
what
it
we
over.
did.
That's what me and my friends would do.
We bounced that fucker. He was like, we bounced it. Luckily it was just a little Volkswagen, but we had that thing just moving like it was getting airborne.
Oh no, I wouldn't have moved it. Me and my friends would have flipped it over.
I wonder if you could have picked up the back and it would move real easy like a wheelbarrow.
Because we've done that before.
Front end would be lighter because the VWs, the engines are on the back.
Yeah,
not that they're that big.
Which brakes are engaged in park? Is it just
Clint, you're muted.
Dude, we had it bouncing. It was even better, like because that thing was airborne, right? And
if you bounce that thing, man, you can move that sucker anywhere you want.
Yeah, we were just moving it all over. And Mark's
awesome.
A big bodybuilder guy. He's a big dude. And so then I was like, "Okay, Mark, that's good enough. We can get out now." He's like, "No." Because this guy's a bitch.
Yeah.
So he went over to the Western town, got a stick, and he shoved it in the guy's
corral.
Yeah, he shoved it in the guy's valve stem, and he just jammed it in there and just let the air out of the tire. And I go, "Well, he's probably got a spare." I'm just egging him on at this point. He's probably got a spare. So he goes, "Okay." And
Get a knife.
He does. No, we didn't damage the tire, but he flattened the other tire. And so then I was just like, "Mark, we should go." And he's like, no. And so he got a piece of paper and he wrote about 50 your mama jokes. Like, I'm not kidding, man. It was like, your mama wears combat boots, your mama this, your mama that. And so then he's like, how are we gonna get this on the car? And so I'm pretty good at the loogie. So I just kind of hawked loogies and we just plastered it right to the window. And so yeah, so we were feeling like kind of like, all right, you're a bitch, you deserve this, right?
Yep.
And so then I get home, Mark and I are feeling kind of good about ourselves, and then and Paul's like, hey guys, yeah, Warner Brothers Security is here in the office, and they're asking about your car and everything. It's like, what? And it's like, yeah, there's this guy, and he got your license plate number and says that you vandalized his vehicle. And I was like, I have no idea what you're talking about. You just deny. I have to say also, this was many, many decades ago, and I was a punk, at the time.
And the statute of limitations has expired.
Yeah.
His last name was Spielberg. We moved his car.
He's like Spielberg's nephew.
No way, Spielberg. I mean, this
man.
guy was out in the boonies, man. This guy, there was still parking when we pulled out, when he was there.
And how was this
Dude was just being an asshole.
Yeah.
Right. He could have parked anywhere. He didn't have to do that, right? And there was no reserved. There was no signs that said reserved parking. His name wasn't on it. There wasn't even a number in the parking space. So I don't know how he could say this was my dedicated parking space. There was no way to identify it as such.
It's that little man bullshit, man.
So anyway, Paul goes, he goes, well, anyways, I just have to tell you, you've been blackballed from Warner Brothers and you're never allowed to come here again. And so then I was like, okay. And so then the next week I got myself invited down and hung out with Paul.
You should have left a note. You should have left found the guy's car and left a note and it was like, to be continued.
I'm still here.
I'm still here, bitch.
Yeah, so Paul's such a cool guy that he's like, when I went back, he's like, we're at lunch. He's like, you guys did do that, right? And I'm like, he goes, well, if you did, he goes, I'm not judging you because I think it was pretty cool. That guy was a bitch and he had it coming. Well, in that case, I did it.
Yeah, I love that kind of shit.
Yeah, Paul's like that too. So
that's called karma.
Yeah, that guy was a drag. But yeah, you're probably right. He's probably Zack Snyder, today.
Yeah.
These prissy directors. Yeah. So we have 2 days left on Pirate Queen 2, right?
Pirate Queen, yep.
Links in
2
the
days.
description. Link is in the chat.
Yep, we end this Friday, so get it well. And we've got the Chromium covers available right now, but they will not be available after Friday. So if you're interested in that, back the book this week. So the end is here. Now is the time. And Mandy was in the chat. Thanks for showing up, Mandy.
Yeah, I hope that she was laughing at what I was.
Yeah, I would think so. Mandy got attacked by a veteran male Marvel comic book artist.
Who?
Mark Brooks went after Mandy.
Why?
Because Mandy wore some hair barrettes that she thought were cute, and Mark Brooks decided to show up in her thread and trash Comicsgate because Mandy's her barrette said Comicsgate, and they were cute and they were cute and adorable, and everybody thought they were a lot of fun. And Mark Brooks apparently doesn't have better things in his day than to show up in Mandy's thread and trash Comicsgate. So, it's pathetic.
I've met Mark a couple times, and he's a good enough guy, but he's definitely that guy in the Volkswagen that we bounced. That's his personality.
Exactly.
He's a little prissy. He's a little uptight.
Pretentious.
Yeah.
Well,
listen to me. I'm super important.
Dude, you know what? Somebody like that bugs me because he started out doing the kids' Spider-Man book. It was like Age of Spider-Man or something like that.
That's
and
when
he
was
really
good.
developed a cool style that was like Joe Mad or something akin to that. And now he's like so full of himself because he colors his covers.
He colors everybody sunburned.
Jesus.
I think it's overdone.
First of all, he can't color himself. His colored stuff
is
looks
really
awful.
dark. Like the colors he does is always
He uses
dark.
He doesn't have a good touch for color.
but it doesn't stop him. Yeah, I liked his more like comic book stuff. I don't like his illustration.
When he was cartoony, he was good. Now he's.
Yeah,
I mean,
it really worked for that book.
Any way you slice it, he's a douchebag.
Yeah. I mean, why would you go after Mandy? Mandy's good people. Yeah. Why do you go out of your way to do stuff like that? Like, I'll fight back when somebody's like a jerk to me, but I usually don't go looking for it or starting anything. You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Gotta go flip his car.
I'm ready.
Don't start nothing, won't be nothing.
Yeah. So I have something to share real quick, and then we will let everyone go. So this This is the reason for the season. This is Black and White Volume 2, Man vs. Machine. We had just hit another 1,000, so we're at 91K 100. Oh shit, we got a couple more backers just as we were hanging here. So thank you guys for that. 1,122 backers. Sweet Mama Jamma. And so this is Black and White, Man versus Machine. They're back and badder than ever. This will be the epic conclusion for the origin story, you guys. So this will wrap up their story. So we're going to see if these two crazy kids can actually get past their differences and work together as a team. I highly doubt it. I don't think it's going to work out for these two. But hey, you know, we're just going to have to find out. So we have the Kenneth Racaport variant for Volume 2. We have the Joe Bennett variant for Volume 2. We have the High Octane Adventure with Von Klaus on writing duties, and Pedro Eng, who is going to start hanging out with us on the Pontificators program.
Nice.
And he did all the artwork. He's got this great animated style. And we are going to do a second printing of Volume 1 with a brand new cover with Kyle Ritter. I almost said Ritterhouse. With Kyle Ritterhouse on colors. And I think the cover came out fantastic. And so we have the Grey Capullo variant on the right, which is still available. And layouts, there's all kinds of cool stuff here, you guys. Nice. We just hit a bunch of stretch goals, unlocked them. The 90K stretch goal is unlocked. So the link is in the description, you guys. We got T-shirts here. Let me find the T-shirts. And we got the Inco T-shirt. And the link is in the description, as is the Pirate Queen. So Pirate Queen link is in the description as well. So that's 2 days away. So priority-wise, do yourself a favor. Get yourself Pirate Queen 2.
Do it.
And then come over and back Volume 2 of Black and White. So what is this, Todd? What is this?
Oh, I did some tones on my villain here. It came out really good.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, look at this.
Octopus legs.
Wait a minute. Is this a sneak peek?
This is one of the villains that shows up in the
calamari.
It's like Dr.
Calamari.
It's like a squid Modoc.
Yeah,
very much so. Yeah,
yes, I like it. Love
that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, Todd. It's one of those like Find Waldo things. You got to kind of really look and it's like, wait a minute, there's a face there.
Yeah, I was like, it took me a while to find the eyes. I thought there was like wrinkly boobs up there at first, but it's like the eyelids,
the big brain on top. That's cool.
Yeah. The brain is going to be like a see-through membrane. Where you can see the brain, so there's going to be a lot of, going to have to play with a lot of the effects and stuff.
So it's a cool design. I like
translucent rainbowing effects and things like that.
That'd be cool. Like one portion of the brain is like red, another portion is blue, another portion is yellow.
So is the new book going to be called Ignition? Is that?
Yeah.
Oh,
I saw the main character design. It looked awesome.
Nice. Sweet. Well, so you know where to bring it when you're ready, man.
Yeah, we got that to look forward to. So I want to thank everybody in the chat. Thanks for hanging out with us. I hope you had a good time. Even though Todd did not want to do this show today, and Todd was just like
Bob, didn't we do this not too long ago?
We did it it was about a year ago.
Yeah, see, it was like a year.
It's been a while. It just seems because we do so many, we do one of these every week, man. It just kind of bleeds into it. It was about close to a week ago.
Todd's just
close to a
having
year
so
ago.
much fun that time just flies past for him so quickly that he thought it was last week.
You know what?
Yeah,
That's
we did rehash a little bit here, but you know what? It was fun.
It's a sign of old age.
Did I take my pills today?
Well, I think it was a success. So Todd, next time in the green room, try to stay a little bit more focused. When we bring up a topic, try to stay on topic. But I do have to say, though, once the camera went on, you nailed it, man. You came through.
Good choices. Yeah.
Some days I'm there. Some days I can nail it. Some days it's hard.
Sometimes you eat the bar. Sometimes the bar eats you.
I'm better when it's like 4. If there's 6, forget it.
Well,
you gotta learn to
inviting people in.
You gotta learn to embrace the chaos, man. Live life on the edge.
Well, the thing is, Joe's always really gracious when he bows out after the first hour, but really it's the mandate. Todd said, if you're going to come on the show, you only get to do an hour, and then hasta la vista.
Yeah, we're gonna try these rookies out.
We're gonna put him through a tribunal.
Test
no, that's bad.
It's like the Gong Show. It's like no.
Yeah, we got, dude. I'll find a clip with audio that just audio that you can upload that'll just be like a buzzer, like all right, you're done.
Like if somebody isn't interesting or does a bad joke, they get gonged out for like a couple minutes.
All right. Let's see. Okay, Todd, focus. Okay. How about this? It would kind of be somewhat mean-spirited, but we could do it. What if we did like a Gong show, and we had people? But this is where it could work. Is if people sent us their campaigns, so then we get to decide whether it's good or not.
Todd loves it.
Right before Christmas too.
So we
is like
right before Christmas.
A show where we could be assholes. Yes, sign me up.
So what we would need, because I don't think there's time. I could check a music store and see if I could buy a gong.
Just gong in people's campaign.
If we could get a sound effect. If one of you guys that's more computer savvy than I am could come up with a gong effect, then we could gong people. But okay, how does the Gong Show work? Because there would be 3 people that would, but do they all have to gong, or does
just one of them?
No, just if the gong went off, you were done.
Yeah.
So anybody could gong at any moment.
Dude, I've got an air horn. I'll just use that.
So then each one of us would need a gong then.
We need a gong.
Each one of us would need something to use. Like I said, I've got an air horn. I'm set.
Air horn's not as special as a gong. A gong adds something to it.
Yeah,
I will go out and I'll make a friggin' gong if I have
to. There's
to.
a browser-based sound effects emulator.
Yeah,
I think we're on to something here. I think it's something horrible, but I think we're on to something.
It would be so mean-spirited, man. It would be horrible. That's why people would have to send their campaigns.
You'd have to volunteer.
Yeah,
you'd have to volunteer because there'd be the disclaimer of we're not going to be nice.
We just have to put a disclaimer.
But you'll probably get a ton of attention. Yeah. But we're not going to be nice.
We need to put a disclaimer ahead of the show saying, "Don't take this too seriously, because we're just being idiots."
We can do it
I think
once every 2 months.
Mandy's on board.
It would be nice to have a game show once every 2 months.
Oh yeah. Well, and I've thought like a comic trivia show too for. Like, how do we not have a YouTube comic trivia show for Comic Day?
With me?
No, I'm just saying I'm not saying I'm going to be good at it, but like there's going to be a ton of good contestants.
I'll talk all kinds of shit on it.
Yeah. I think a comics trivia show could be fun too.
Oh my God.
we got ideas up the wazoo for you, Art.
I want to do this Gong Show thing so bad because I think it'd be hilarious, but it's like what do they say? Like
the first one we could have like all known guys. I'm sorry, I'm talking all over you. Art.
My punchline, I was setting it all up. Yeah, so the thing is, you would want them to, like you said, be in on it because it would just get freaking brutal. It would just get so.
We
How the
used
hell
to
did you
do
ever have
something
a-
like that on Chester's show, where
Yeah.
we review campaigns, and if it wasn't up to snuff, you remember the Dinosaurs and Cowboys or whatever it was? Mike
Yeah.
Murphy's a good writer. Don't get
Cadillacs
me
and
wrong.
Cowboys. I mean,
But that very
Cadillacs
first
and Dinosaurs?
book, the very samurais, right? Yeah. The
Yeah,
very
Dinosaur
first
Samurai.
book,
Yeah.
Dinosaur, yeah.
it
Samurai
looked-
dinosaur. Yeah.
there were people that looked like they were coming out of the sand because there was no shadow under their feet, and it was terrible. And I pointed it all out. I'm like, this is not good. There's nothing good about it.
How would we advertise this? Would we just put like on all of our Twitter, just say we're thinking of Pontificators are looking for?
Just do
I would say
a show called Brutally Honest.
Yeah, Brutally Honest. There is a perfect title for
Brutally
it.
Honest Gong Show.
The
Yeah.
Brutally Honest Gong Show. We're gonna be
Come and be
a
judged.
bunch of dicks. Come watch us.
I'm just trying to think like who would come on this show.
A
You know
lot
what?
of people would do
You
it.
gotta have a
dude.
thick skin.
What if we had them come on the show? And
You wanna
show
put it-
off?
Dude, I was kidding about the tribunal thing, okay? No, okay, well, look,
No. If they were on the show, like the camera was on them,
I know.
and they're talking it up, and we're just like, just like the Gong Show, where we got the gong and we're getting closer to it while they're talking. And they got
Did
to up
you
their
draw this
skill.
thing with your dick?
Oh my!
Look, art is the most subjective thing when it comes to comics.
Yep.
But boy, there's been some really bad projects.
Yeah.
Really bad.
Dude, it's one of the friggin' sticking points for all the shit we talk about. We need to talk about this behind the scenes, man, and figure it out because it
But I'm
sounds
just
like fun.
thinking, what low self-esteem are?
Well, it's not just tell us like, listen, you just gotta have thick skin about it and realize that half of what we're saying is serious and half of it's just us.
Some
being
people
an
can't
asshole.
take it. You
part of
remember
it, you gotta be
Durakin?
funny. Oh,
Art, you remember Durakin? He couldn't take it.
I
Dude,
thought it was.
Sack
I
up.
blasted his book.
Yeah.
His book looked like complete crap.
I thought
couldn't take it.
Durakin was like. I thought he was kind of in on the joke, but apparently not.
It's like as a man, like you can't friggin' insult me, dude. You can't hurt my feelings. I don't have any self-esteem. You don't know the people I've grown up around, man. They'll take your nuts away. You gotta build some friggin' armor.
Creatively, I know each one of us are creative in our own ways, but there's always one thing, right? You have these great ideas. You iron everything out, and then there's just one thing, right? That's the sticking point. And the sticking point with this idea is who would come on the show.
You'd have
I
to.
think anybody would.
I don't think anyone. Well,
They
if
want
they
to
do,
criticism. We're not going to not. I mean, even though we're going to be brutal, but you're going to learn something. You're going to go away with something. You're going to go away
Yeah, but
with.
is public humiliation the best way to learn?
Well, hey, if you want to hurt the guy from Brazil because he's $30, you're going to get $30 worth of.
why do you think that we're all able to take jokes and shit unlike this freaking the people out there that are like coming after us? It's like because we know that it's like we don't give a shit.
It's the thick skin.
Yeah, dude. It's like as I said, like all these snowflakes under there, you would never survive one day in my freaking life with the people I know.
All right, we got this. We would have to find a Gene the dancing machine to come on.
I remember his moves.
Oh, do you, Todd?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
because it was like he was moving in place, and
Yeah.
it was real.
He's kind of doing this like walk shuffle thing, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I got to read this before we go. Is Draken the guy that did the CG pages on Twitter where it took place in a diner? Anyone remember that?
No, I cut it out of my brain.
This guy was like a UPS guy. The last book he did. Although I
Yeah.
don't see his, I'm blocked from him now, so I don't see any of his stuff.
I don't know. I don't remember.
I got to get this because I'll show you who that guy is. Hold on.
Yeah, it's like let me get up, let me move.
Talk amongst yourself.
And this guy does not deserve a gong. He helped out on this book right here. Let me see here.
You know who I would gong to?
No, Chrono Mechanics.
A guy a lot of people like because of something he does. Oh,
The
that's
Rockin' worked on
great.
that book?
No, Narwhal.
Oh, Narwhal.
No. It's Render Contender is the guy that.
Render. Okay.
Oh yeah, where's he been?
He just kind of fell off the face of the earth.
I'm friends with him. He got COVID. You know, when they talk about like COVID and lockdowns and all this shit, that guy and his family
got nailed by it
freaking hard. He ran a print company in LA, in California, and so I think he's got like 4 kids and mortgage, all that stuff. And so when COVID hit, there was the initial 2-month,
the 2 weeks to flatten the curve,
weeks or whatever, and then it just kept going, and they just went under. The company couldn't continue, lost its job, everything. So I think the last I talked to Render was they moved out of state, so they had to sell their house and move out of state to someplace that was less expensive. Also, someplace that didn't have the lockdown mandates and restrictions that California and LA did.
That sucks.
Yeah. I want to tell you a story of somebody who I would gong because his book did well but looked like crap, and now he's disappeared and didn't deliver. James Dean Anderson.
KDA.
He's missing in action. Dude didn't deliver, and I know, he's done some things for this person, that person. He's good at logos and stuff, but he's completely gone.
What was his last book?
It was Conflict. You remember Conflict?
Oh yeah, okay, I remember that.
Yeah, I didn't know he didn't deliver. He did the design, the initial design work for the Chrono Mechanics trading cards.
You want to know? Who is going to deliver? This black and white guy.
Oh, that's right.
This black and white guy, and this Pyro King guy. This Pyro King guy's actually got another one that's still open that you can get up. This what is it called? The
Blue Bombshell.
The Blue Bombshell.
Blue Bombshell is ending at the end of December, and
Big Titty
everything
McGee.
is done.
I can't remember.
Big Titty McGee.
I think I showed these last time.
Yeah,
we need a link to where you're getting this stuff, by the way.
Move it closer, Clint, and then move it a little closer.
The lenticular.
The trading cards aren't in. They must not be in the boat stuck in California's harbor because I got these in like 2 weeks.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, so that was one of the stretch goals. So everybody's getting a hologram trading card. Books are at the printers. Campaign for Blue Bombshell ends at the end of this month. I'm still pushing for the stretch goal of 40K. If we hit that, everybody also gets the Sword Maidens adult comic book that is also already finished. So it's just a matter of what my printer orders are. These books are done. They're going to be at the printer, and I'm going to be shipping them out at the end of the month. So Blue Bombshell, Sword Maidens, let's push it to that stretch goal. You're going to get hologram lenticular cards. You're going to get a bunch of bonus prints and all kinds of extras, digital backup, adult comic book stories. So lots of fun stuff, lots of stuff that's already finished. It's just going to be shipping them out at the end of the month. So jump on the Blue Bombshell if you haven't already.
Let's try to close this thing down because I know Todd's getting vibes of the old Pontificators that we go on for three
rambling on.
I got a dance. I'm doing the pee-pee dance.
Yeah, and then Bob came in and would always just go, "Yeah, cut, we're done."
Or he'd show porn for the last half hour.
That's true,
dude. That was freaking art. You shut your pie hole, you bastard.
All right, Bob, you got something to say?
Yeah, this freaking game show is gonna be awesome. But I think we're past 2 hours, and I think maybe it's time to send it home, man.
Yes, Bob has spoken. All right, you guys. Thanks to everybody in the chat. Thanks to all my Pontificator brethren. Thanks to Joe Suntag that came on early. Go back, Mandy Summers and Clint Helinski's Pirate Queen Dos.
Appreciate it, Comicsgate. Love you, baby.
2 days away. All right, man. You guys take care. We'll see you next week.